Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Monday, February 13th, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Portland Trailblazers live, play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. We will also do a NFL recap of the Super Bowl. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs and heartbreak for the Philadelphia Eagles. So I imagine we'll get some people that want to comment, on the call, the controversial call, at the end of the game. Totally understand, and we'll kind of go through, my philosophy and kind of how I feel about it, and everyone else can chime in as well. But I think the bottom line, what we can reflect on in that Super Bowl, if the defense was better, then it wouldn't have been in a positions for the refs to determine a call that, wasn't really called all night, and then it was at the very end. It kind of sucks to be able to have one of the best Super Bowls ever end in a way of a little bit of controversy. It happens all the time, and how you get past that, you make sure you have a big enough lead in the game, so if something like that does happen, it's not going to affect you. You're already up by a certain amount. At least I can say with the Tampa Bay Bucks against the Raiders, and then against the Chiefs, since we were the only team to beat them in a Super Bowl, we won by large amounts, and so it wasn't really an issue by 3 points, 5 points, 6 points, 7 points, 10 points, or whatnot. So I'm ready for this matchup. No LeBron James, no Mo Bamba, no Scottie Pippen Jr., no Justice Winslow, Abaji, or Jeremy Grant. I don't know. We should be able to get this one done. Sarah in the building. How are you? Let's get to 100 in donos. Odin's son in the building. How are you? But I figured I could have just did like Super Bowl recap, and I know people would show up. But I figured that this is a game. It's on exactly the same time that I'm going to stream. It's the hometown team. I would be doing a disservice. I already said after the NFL and college football that I'm going to be doing a little bit more NBA, college hoops, maybe some NHL, NASCAR, MLB, wrestling, AEW, WWE, NJPW, ROH. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of everything. I know for Chiefs fans, I think it's finally sinking in. With Eagles fans, you're going to get toxic people, on the internet. And of course, you're going to get Eagle haters, Chiefs haters, Mahomes and Kelsey haters, and then people that, want to bitch about the call. And I get it. And even the player himself that got interviewed, right, said, yeah, I grabbed him. And, I grabbed him twice. And I tugged, but I didn't think that they would call it. So he did admit to the hold, but it's just the timing of that particular penalty for the clock to be run out. And essentially it was the end of the game, right? No one wants to see like a controversial play end it like that, okay? But we have to understand the offensive line for the Chiefs was one of the best I've ever seen. Mahomes had 7 touchdowns, no picks in the postseason, right? And he wasn't even sacked one time with a high ankle sprain, okay? No sacks or no picks. So if you got Mahomes back there or Burrow with no sacks or no picks, how do you think the game is going to end up? Chances are they're going to win it, I would say probably 9 times out of 10 if they don't have a pick or a sack on the elite quarterback, okay? But the beginning of the end was the offensive line dominating Andrew Wiley and everyone else, right? Dominating, right, with a high ankle sprain, and we didn't know if they would be able to run the ball, and they actually were effective running the ball. The D-line was effective. The secondary was decently effective, but the O-line is the true MVP. I know Mahomes got it, but I think that without the offensive line playing the way that they did, there is no championship for Kansas City. And I think every Chief fan, real fan, that watches the NFL knows that the MVP was the offensive line. And then also on the flip side, Jalen Hurts had a MVP type of performance, but anytime you fumble or throw a pick six or have a kickoff return or punt return, go back for a touchdown, you increase your chance of winning by like 30%. Right? So he had the fumble for the touchdown, and then I was like, maybe Miles Sanders will fumble. He did. It got picked up, ran back for a touchdown, but called back. Otherwise, Nick Bolton might have been the MVP with 2 picks. But the way that the game was starting to come to an end, and I think Eagles fans recognized it, when Kadarius Toney came in, I was like, I knew it. I was like, he's going to get the ball. I was like, right there at the end of the bottom of the screen. That's odd. Normally, he's not there, unless they have something slated for him. And I was thinking when I was watching the game and calling the game, I'm not going to get everything correct all the time, but I'll have my Tony Romo moments a few times in the game. It's either going to happen right away or very shortly after, right? Tony had the touchdown, and then Tony had the big return. So once the big return happened, then they was like, who could they get the ball to that's least likely that they would suspect? Sky Moore, Kadarius Toney. That's exactly where they went. I feel like I literally mentally honed in Andy Reid's brain and Eric Bieniemy, and I'm able to see it from their point of view. And that was the end. Once that big return happened, so if you would have played better defense, throughout the game, then you wouldn't have been in a position for the field goal to end you. So like I said, if the Eagle defense, like I said, between Josh Sweat, Hassan Reddick, and Fletcher Cox, they had 3 tackles total, 1 each. Hassan Reddick was a guy that can get you 15 to 20 sacks, sometimes 1 to 3 in a game. So it really shows you how great the offensive line did. Both defenses struggled at times, right? Both offenses were fire, you know what I mean? But having those fumble for touchdown, the big punt return, and all the Uncle Mo in the second half, the Chiefs earned it in the second half. And it was uncharacteristic turnovers and the type of play that the Eagles have played all year. And when that happens, you lose. Even if the Chiefs had suspect O-line, suspect running game, suspect D-line besides Chris Jones. Who? Chris Jones. Who? Chris Jones. And suspect secondary, right? Eagles didn't really have a lot of holes, right? But it shows you, even if you have holes, if you have great play callers and leadership, anything can happen, even the unexpected. And I actually think the role of being the underdog suits teams better than being the favorite. Being the favorite, there's a lot of pressure, right? And when you end up having the pressure, sometimes you fold. When the Eagles won their Super Bowl back in 2017, what were they? The underdog. They were wearing the dog masks. There was like no way that Nick Foles is going to beat Tom Brady. And I was like, yep. First year on YouTube, I was like, not only are the Eagles going to win, they're going to win big by 9 or 10. They did. And then with Kansas City, they were the huge underdog. I know it said 1.5 on the Vegas line, but it was more than that. But the funny thing is that the Eagles haters weren't voting or betting on them. You know what I mean? They were just like, maybe they were like Mahomes haters also, but they were like, let's bet on Mahomes just because we hate both teams. We hate everyone. We don't like Jalen. We don't like Mahomes, but they're like, Mahomes is the cool guy, like a Joe Burrow. So sometimes, when you have a Mahomes or a Burrow, they single-handedly can help get you close or win the game. And Harrison Butker also, remember at the beginning of the year, he got hurt. And I mentioned, at the end of the year, it may come down to a Harrison Butker field goal to win the AFC Championship or the Super Bowl. Here it is. Shout out Nate Burleson for correctly not only getting the score, but getting the script that I got from Roger Goodell, apparently. And like I said, I know Eagle fans are pissed, but you have to understand, if your defense would have played like it normally does throughout the year and defense wins championships, right? You would have won. When Tampa Bay played a couple years ago and we beat the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes had 0 touchdowns. You guys allowed 3 through the air, and we got to them. We got sack lunches on them. You guys weren't able to. So I think that what that really tells me is that Tampa Bay has more Hall of Fame players, and we were better coached up in that process. We had more depth. Yes, I know the Eagles defense was great, but the Eagles defense wasn't, the 2002 Bucks, the 2020 Bucks, the 2000 Ravens, or the 85 Bears. They weren't like that, or even they weren't even the Rams from last year, which was kind of disappointing. I mean, let's be honest. But every big game, there's an opportunity and always a sleeper that we assume the Philly D was going to be great. We didn't think that the O-line for the Chiefs would give up 0 sacks and Mahomes would have no picks on that elite Philly D. Let's be honest. I mean, I don't give a shit who you were rooting for in that game. That was odd, but that's what happens sometimes. And they found the rhythm and the chemistry, and they were up for the game, maybe as the underdog, but they won the line of scrimmage. And again, Mahomes and Jalen Hurts are both top 5 quarterbacks. I think that's very clear. I mean, most people don't want to put Jalen in that category, but hell, being able to get, a couple in the air, 1, 2, 3 on the ground. I mean, the guy can get, 1 to 4 in the air and 1 to 3 on the ground. It's pretty impressive. It's kind of like a Lamar Jackson, but maybe with a little bit more upside. And I think Lamar has potential to get better, not so much Kyler. But I think Chiefs fans, you just need to be able to appreciate the underdog role, understand how great Andy Reid and Bieniemy are. Spags needs to be better, and that needs to improve. But the defense was flying around. Nick Bolton was making plays. And like I said, without a guy like that, you're not winning the game. You know what I mean? And like I said, it was I know some people hated the way that game ended, right? And I totally get it. No one wants to see a penalty committed, and then they're like, oh, it's a suspect. Even if the player says that he grabbed him, it's just like, you didn't call penalties the whole game, and then you call a penalty to pretty much give whoever has the ball there the icing on the cake, cherry on top. You kick the field goal, then there's 10 seconds left. So chances are of a miracle happening is like 1% at that point. And no one wants to see it end that way. They would rather, have it go to overtime, and then whatever happens, happens. You know what I'm saying? But, if the Eagles didn't give up the Toney touchdown, the Toney punt return, all the way to the 5-yard line, the Sky Moore touchdown, the Eagles are champions today, bottom line. So the defense, they folded, you know what I mean? And you have to live with that. Jalen played great, you know what I mean? They played great, but there was another guy that played very, very good as well. And there you go. There are your Super Bowl 57 champions. There we go. And I imagine we'll have more people coming in here and we'll talk about it. But that's just kind of my 2 cents with everything. And I've seen all the haters on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, but a lot of them are not smart enough to understand the game, that, the offensive line and what they did. And it's more than just that play at the end of the game. You got to look deeper than that. Oh, for sure. I mean, imagine not having really a whole lot of success, and then now you have a chance to be the team and the quarterback to get the closest thing to Montana, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, as far as the upper echelon, the John Elway. If you're trying to get into Mount Rushmore, if there's one guy that's going to be on that Joe Montana, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady level, you're staring at him right there. And the guy on the right, yeah, I know he gets kind of mouthy. He loves to talk shit if people are talking shit to him. Some people don't like that. But the bottom line is, if he was on your team, you would love him, both of these guys, and it's the best tight end in the game. So if you're going to talk shit to him all year and everyone's going to be hating, right? And if he wants to get a little mouthy after they win, why not? It's a part of the game, Of course, not everyone is just going to be proper and whatnot. You know what I mean? Mahomes will be proper. Kelsey will be a little wild, but that doesn't make him a bad guy. But, haters are going to hate. This bottom line. Haters hate seeing other people have success. So I'm not watching Raw, but I will after this is over. Sarah Odin, is it good? Has Raw been good? Is it bad? What's going on with that? Let me know. And if anyone's got Twitter, please do me a solid. Like and retweet it. The live stream, it'll help us get 30 to 300 more people to watch the particular stream. And we're going to be getting started here in just a little bit. We got the Los Angeles Lakers 26-31, 13-17 away versus the Portland Trailblazers 27-29. 15-13 at home, and bitch ass LeBron James load management is not playing again. It's like, you broke the fucking record, dude. It's like, dude, I have a pair of LeBron 10s. Those are what I wear. They're a little bit beat up, you know what I mean? I don't have that much memorabilia of you, but I do. But come on, bro. 80s and 90s players would not be doing this, and this might be like the only time a kid in the Northwest gets to see you, and of course you're not playing. It's like, I've already done a few games after. It seems like I've been cycling through the Lakers, the Thunder, the Blazers, and the Bucks. Almost all the games that I've done in the last week and a half have consisted from some of these teams. But Anthony Davis will be out there. Jeremy Grant is out. So at least I get Anthony Davis and some Dame, and then we'll kind of go from there. Yeah, the celebrations in the locker room. You saw Tommy Townsend go crazy. Everyone dancing in there. Crazy stuff. I mean, we got the alien stuff. People, they're shooting down the weather balloons and then the objects. It's like the third one within the last few days. All kinds of wild and crazy things going on in the globe for sure. All right, let's go through some of the photos that I got here for us today in the game that'll be started here in just a second. This is one of my favorites here. Dame Dalla, Damian Lillard. I haven't debuted this one on the stream. This is the first time. So I usually try to sprinkle them in throughout, but that one's too good for me not to pass up on. Dame Dalla. You know, it's Dame time. Hopefully it'll be Dame time here in the fourth quarter. And I got this one. Then I got this one right here. And then we got Anthony Simons and Dame Dalla. And I decided to get a few more of Anthony since we got Jeremy Grant not playing. And then we got Anthony for three. Anthony with the layup. And then we got Anthony Davis and LeBron James, even though he's not playing. Anthony Davis. Nice lightning in the background with the headband, the white jersey. And then I decided to put a little Dennis Schroeder on here because I know I'm going to be mentioning him. Oh, we got an interesting lineup. Eubanks, Reddish, Lillard. And then we got Russell, Schroeder, Davis, Tony Brown Jr., and Hachimura. All right, let me try to get a few more here. All right, baby. All right, baby, let's go. Lakers, Blazers. This is the funnest rivalry as like Blazer fans besides the Sonics. I mean, for a while it was like the Thunder when Russell Westbrook was being a bitch ass, and him and Dame were going after each other back and forth, and sometimes we get after it with the Clippers, people talking shit and whatnot. We already know who's over there with like PG with Paul George, and he loves to talk shit. Him and Dame have history, but Lakers. And when I was a kid, the Magic, Clyde, Kobe. And obviously Rasheed Wallace. We've had the Shaq. I mean, the rivalry, it goes deep, and the Sonics no longer exist, but I hope they come back soon and we can relive the I-5 rivalry. But for now, and it has been for quite some time, the rivalry will be the Lakers. So. All right, baby. Let's go. In and out. Let's go, baby. Went on 2 walks today with Paisley, but the snow is supposedly supposed to come tomorrow. So I was like, fuck, I better go try to get as much exercise in. Anthony Simons off the glass, in and out. One was like an hour and the other one was like a half hour, but I got to make sure I test out all the pre-rolls, from Munchie Monday. Got to make sure I go on my walk. Anthony Davis backing down. Jump shot from about 20 feet out. No good. Simons with the rebound to Dame. This would have been a good one to go to if fucking LeBron was there. Foul. Call the foul. Dame goes down. Swing it. Swing it. There we go. Good ball movement by Dame. Thibault. Rebound. There we go. Reddish. No good. It's weird seeing Thibault and Reddish on the team, when you got these guys that, we still don't have Nurk, and Jeremy Grant is banged up and out. So, I get LeBron's not playing, but there's no guarantee we win this game. Both teams are not very good. Lakers improved a lot at the break. We didn't improve as much as I would have liked, but both teams will be fighting for the 8 seed. Facts. D'Angelo Russell. There it is. The first bucket. Oh, Dame, in and out. Fuck. Stripped it. Cam Reddish with the good defense there. Thibault with the deflection. 2-0 Lakers. Anthony Davis with the bucket. 4-0 Lakers. Come on now. Anthony Simons off the dribble. Jumper. There we go. There we go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. 4-2 Lakers. Let's get it. Russell, no good. Dame at the top of the key. Come on, take him, Dame. Shake and bake, baby. Dame for three. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Dame time. Dame for three. 5-4 Blazers. I got the vintage coat on, too. I had to bust it out. I was going to wear the Damian Lillard rookie jersey that I got from his rookie season there at Moda, but I was like, no, I'll wear the throwback 90s jacket. It's a nice one, too. I don't wear it too often. And we got the nice Mitchell & Ness. Mitchell & Ness snow hat from quite a few years ago. Mitchell & Ness actually has a lot of underrated like snow hats. I mean, like I said, they're known mostly for like jerseys, but their t-shirt line is actually underrated. And they also have like, you know, certain hats and, you know, like with the little dinghy on top and everything with the patterns. They're nice. The stitching on them, and that's the one thing I think that you can recognize the most, is that the stitching and the quality of it. You know, you're paying for the Mitchell & Ness name, but you also are getting quality with it. It's not going to fall apart. Having your fucking sport shit not fall apart or wrestling shit, that's important. 6-5 Lakers. Hook shot. No good. Mike in the building. How are you? Hachimura is fouled. Yes, I'm so excited for Daytona. I saw the betting numbers, you know, through NASCAR's like Twitter and Instagram. So I'm definitely getting like super, like, you know, now football's over. I'm already moving forward. I'm thinking about the draft and everything, of course, like most NFL fans that are hardcore, wondering, you know, with all the different like transfer portal, college, you know, NFL. But then now it's like, okay, my excitement for NASCAR and MLB are at an all-time high now. So it's just, I know I got to wait a little bit longer for Major League Baseball, but I mean, before you know it, I'm going to be, you know, only a few rows back off first base watching the Cardinals and trying to get another Julio ball. So 7-5 Lakers, and I'm really excited to watch and do a lot of NASCAR races this year. I'm going to try to do as many as I can. If I can't do every one, that's the goal. My goal is going to be to try to do every one every week if possible. I mean, barring my mental health or if I have anything else going on, you know. But I feel my mental health's been pretty fucking good lately. 8-5. Lakers. In and out. Big rejection by Anthony Davis. Fuck. Yeah, you got any new news for me? Anything going on with any of the drivers, the teams? Anthony Davis backing down off the glass, and it's good. He's fucking good. Motherfucker. 10-5 Lakers. Come on, Dame. Come on, baby. Thibault for three. No good. Of course it's not good. What kind of fucking name is Thibault? Jesus. D'Angelo Russell. Hachimura on Dame. That's a mismatch. Help him out. Spin move. Jumper. Hachimura with the shot. Rui. Swing it. Swing it. Reddish. That was a foul. Yeah. Come on. He got bumped in the midair and they didn't even call it. I don't know what it is about the Blazers. We don't get any fucking calls with body. Like, you know, when you go up to go for a layup or a dunk and the guy hits you with your chest, sometimes you initiate contact. Sometimes you go up in the air and the other guy kind of bumps you with his pecs or his chest and you fall backwards. You miss the shot typically, right? Or fall to the ground. You don't have to flop like LeBron, but, you know, sometimes the guys fall to the ground. But Dame never gets calls, and it seems like a lot of the players on the Blazers when we go in, maybe because we're known as being soft. SAWFT, soft. I actually watched Enzo Amore and Big Cass when they first came in on the main roster and how lit they were from NXT and how they had the crowd in the palm of their hands. But I think Portland, we need to get tough, and that's why I need guys like Draymond Green in the future to come to Portland. It's just I hate that that persona. You know, it's one thing. It's like being known as a defensive team, being tough, being gritty. You know, no one wants to be known as fucking being soft. You know that. You know, and no one can. You know, anyone can come in there and bully you guys. And We never play defense. It's brutal. Hopefully things will get a little bit better. Yeah, XFL, USFL, things are, there's going to be, and I will do those things too. I mean, you best believe it. There's nothing that I won't do. I mean, as long as there is an event, sport related or wrestling, depending on how I'm feeling and what you guys want, I mean, I'm down to pretty much do anything, as far as sport or wrestling material. And if that means doing XFL or doing some USFL at that time, yeah, why the fuck not? Right? It just depends on if there's something else on, that might be better though. But I mean, if new season is going to start, we already know the XFL and USFL are going to be, I don't want to say terrible, but they're not going to be like football, NFL style. I mean, we've seen the shit in the past. We know what it is, but we just need to be able to see some good quality football, some hard hits, and we need to be able to see like good quarterback play. That's, and we need to see points scored and defensive plays. And, I want to be able to see some unique features with the cameras. Like, you got to make it different than college football and the NFL, but not so much different that it's like gimmicky. You know what I mean? We need to still have some, some structure. But I do know that some of these people through like The Rock and his, ex-wife Danny, and then through XFL and USFL, there are going to be opportunities, especially with The Rock, right? That they're going to try to implement an agreement with the NFL in a couple years if they don't fold, right? Where they're going to give guys tryouts. So whoever is like the primetime guy, they're going to give them an opportunity to maybe, like a walk-on tryout, with some of the other guys that are undrafted free agents or guys that are available. And that's a perfect time to give them a shot, to see if they can actually make the 53-man roster, or just more realistically, how about a guy from the XFL or USFL on the practice squad? And then they work their way up. And I do think we're going to get some stories from maybe a couple guys, not a lot, and there are going to be some guys that'll shine. Some will be probably quarterback. And then there'll be other guys from other positions. I'm hoping defense. I know XFL and USFL aren't really known for that, but we'll see. Big 10-0 run for the Lakers, 14-5 LA. Been a Blazer fan since the mid 80s, so I'm used to, our team being shitty, but this is always a great rivalry. Only shitty thing about tonight is LeBron is not playing. This is like the third game in a row after the record was broken that I've done of the Lakers, and he hasn't played. And I get it, man, load management, but that's a bunch of bullshit, dude. I mean, the Lakers need you now. They need you to gain chemistry. And I get it if the ankle is sore or if you have injuries, but these players are so much more softer back in the 80s and 90s. There was guys that literally played with neck braces, guys that would get fucking elbowed in the nose and it'd be like half broken, and they would still play the whole game. And I know that sounds like over exaggerated. Go back on Twitter or Instagram or Google and look up 1980s, 90s basketball and how shit was. It was a totally different type of game. That's facts. There we go. Big three. Oh, baby. That was close. I almost had a full spillage of drinkage. Remember the time where I spilled everything into my cable box, beer into the cable box, and then the TV stopped working, the cable box stopped working, and then I had to fucking shake it out, and then luckily it came back to life. I almost had one of those, but I always put my drinks on the right-hand side now, not the left, where all my other shit is, but I got too excited after that three. Should probably get a rag and clean that shit up. I'll do that in the next commercial break. Yo, boy. Gotta keep that fucking away from me. 14-11 Lakers. Spilling shit, but I got all kinds of figures. I mean, I got LaMichael James, Marcus Mariota, Hollywood Hogan, Randy Johnson, Dan Wilson, Ken Griffey Jr., Randy Johnson, and a Cal Raleigh rookie card autograph, all right in front of me. So all kinds of shit. 14-11 Lakers. There we go. Another three. Thibault, motherfucker. 14-14, baby. Let's go. Yeah. Okay. Catchers and pitchers. Nice. Saturday's Elimination Chamber. Oh, shit. Okay. Elimination Chamber Saturday. NASCAR Daytona 500 Sunday. What a great weekend. Oh, I'm excited. I don't know. I mean, I'm not necessarily saying it's like the generation, like necessarily like the TikTok generation, but I just feel like, the athletes and what you see today, and if you're younger, you have no idea unless you actually live through the older times, through like the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and how much different the game was. Nice. Another three. There we go, baby. Nice 12-2 run by the Blazers. 17-16. Rip City. Let's go. Anthony Davis for three. No good. Yes, let's go. Yeah, that's going to be a fun weekend, though. NASCAR on Sunday, Daytona 500. Like I said, I wasn't really too thrilled with that first race, the Clash in the Coliseum. I don't like that. It's like one of the first times where I'm like, nope, I don't like this track. I don't like it. Too short. It's just weird. It's like where USC plays football. I thought I would like it, but it's not for me. I just, I enjoy NASCAR, but I just know the Daytona 500 is going to be a billion times better. You never can start a race at the beginning of the year if it's not the Daytona 500. You're doing yourself a disservice. And then we better get that Daytona race at night at the end of the year and not have it get fucking canceled like it did last year. I missed out on that. That was going to be a big, big stream for us when we had that rain delay. I mean, I think we were going to end up getting 5 to 10,000 people in the stream. I mean, it was poised to get us really good numbers then, and just a shame. We're going to have weather delays this year like a motherfucker. I think we know that. Just like every year. Big block by the Blazers. Thybulle's getting fucking blocks. Thybulle's fucking hitting threes. Thybulle. 19-16 Blazers. Anthony Davis leading the Lakers with 8. Oh, let's go. Blazers playing some fucking defense. Let's go. 19-16 Rip City. Let's go, baby. And we don't have Jeremy Grant playing. So we got Eubanks, Reddish. Lillard only has 3 points. Thybulle with 6. Anthony Simons with 7. And then Shaedon Sharpe with 3 off the bench. And we still haven't got a few of our guys in yet. Our bench is weak, though. Simons for 3. Let's go. We are on fire from deep. Fire. Anthony Simons from deep. My boy. Let's go. 22-16 Rip City. Regardless of who's playing in this game, it's always money. It's always a really fun game. You get Laker fans wearing the Shaq, the Kobe, the Magic. There's going to be plenty of Laker fans that live here in the Northwest. Trust me, I know. Thybulle, that's surprising. Said Sugarland Shine announced a season-long partnership with JTG Doherty Racing. Also, Sugarland's co-primary paint scheme will be carried on the Stenhouse 47 Camaro later this year. Oh, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Okay. I know we still don't have a whole lot of news, just yet with that, but all right, baby. Let's go. How was Robin, Odin's son? And I don't know if he's still in the room or not, but Sarah, how's Robin? Is Robin good or no? I need to get a fucking towel. Give me a sec here.
They just got covered by Delta Dental and the nation's largest network of dentists, so they kind of can't stop smiling. Pop off a few more, see what we get. I work hard and I want my money to work hard too. So I use my free unlimited card. Wearing on my face
All right, your boy cleaned everything up. Your boy got it all cleaned up. I got to make sure my NWO guardrail is still in good condition from the 90s. All the accessories, baby. 22-16. Blazers. Let's go. We watched till 3 a.m. No way. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you. Anytime we can get that first one within the first 30 minutes, it really does make a significant difference in the stream on the flow of it. And I know, no matter what I do as the title of the stream, it doesn't matter. We're always going to have fun no matter what I do. Big three from Portland there. Nice go. 7-3 in the first quarter by Rip City. But it's like, if the people know, it's like, yeah, I could do basketball, baseball, football, wrestling, but that doesn't mean we're going to talk about that shit the whole time. It's going to be a variety of topics. So thank you, Mike. You're our lifesaver. Like I said, you definitely have stepped up when we've needed people to step up, and it means everything. Thank you. I'm going to have to go to Petco for Paisley tomorrow, so thank you. $20 holla. Mike is supporting the brand, supporting the cause, supporting O-Dog and Paisley. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. 28-19, Rip City. Bang, bang. Cactus Jack likes that fucking shit. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Thank you, Mike. He said for Bama, baby. I got you. Appreciate you. What do you want to see for photos? You want something Alabama Crimson Tide related? You want something music related? Slayer or something? Slayer! Whatever you want. Grateful Dead. You let me know what you want for photos, and I'll get you something here during the commercial break, or if you want to have someone else choose. I know you usually just depends on whatever you feel at the moment. But if you want me to throw up, maybe like a new recruit or, someone on Alabama next year that's going to rip it up that I don't know about, let me know, and we can put that on there for you. Thank you so much. Walker with a 3, no good. And it does mean a lot because, like I said, there's going to be people that will donate, $1 to $5, and then they just kind of max out at that, and that's totally fine. But anyone that's willing to go, to the 10, 20, 50, 100, like once you start going to those categories, I mean, that really makes up for others, and it definitely makes a difference. More than you know. Thank you. 28-19, Blazers with an amazing first quarter. It's like we're almost at, if he makes this, let's go. 9th Blazer 3 in the first quarter. I'm going to have to message my buddy. Holy shit. 9 threes in the first? I don't know if I've ever seen us hit 9 threes in the first quarter ever. 26-5 run. This might be like a record. Wow. 9 threes in the first. 31-19. Reeves steps back. No good. Offensive rebound for the Lakers. All right, they got 4 seconds left. Foul. Offensive foul on the Lakers. Let's go. Let's go. 31-19. Let's go, baby. Dame for 3. Oh! Are you kidding me? This shit was not by half court, like 4 steps past half court, falling away. 10 threes in the first quarter. That's got to be a record for us. Holy shit. 34. Oh my God. 34-19. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm going to have to message my buddy here. Holy cow. Now, these are the games that I'm supposed to be watching when I see shit like that. Holy shit. All right, I gotta message my buddy. What the fuck? 10 threes? I'm like, bro. I just sent him a picture of Snoop Dogg GIF smoking. He said, pre-rolls are money. Bro, 10 threes? What the fuck? So Rip City. Now I got to throw up Rip City, baby. Let's go, baby. I got to send him a dame dancing. Got to send him that GIF there. Okay. 10 threes, baby. 34-19, baby. Let's go. Mike with a $20 dono, 80 to go, and then another 100 after that if we can get to that goal. Let's go. Thank you so much. $20 holla. And it means a lot, too, when I have people that I know that aren't really watching the main thing that I'm doing. You're here because of me and the people in the room. And those donos probably mean even more, because it's one thing if you're here and you're watching the game with me, but if you're not and you're just only here, you're going to be here for college football. You're going to be here for some NFL. You're going to be here for NASCAR. But it means a lot, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. What's good, man? What's good? Oh, okay. Let me peep that. Let me see if I can find an Alabama Fire basketball photo. I haven't followed as much. What's good, man? Hopefully you're holding up. Yeah. Defense, everyone wants to talk about the penalty and whatnot, but if the defense was like shit, you didn't get any picks or any sacks, and that's why you lost. You know what I mean? You can't have Fletcher Cox, Hassan Reddick, and Josh Sweat with one tackle each with no sacks. That's not going to get the job done, unfortunately. Well, that's a nice photo. Woo! Alabama basketball, huh? Okay. I need to peep a little bit more college hoops. I need to look at the rankings. I haven't looked at the college basketball rankings. I usually don't really start peeping those until another week or two, until we get to like March Madness, but maybe I'll start doing it today. Maybe I need to start looking to see where the movement is and whatnot. So 34-21 Blazers. Let's go, baby. Yeah, and I appreciate that. And that's why I brought it up, because I know you. I know that what you like and whatnot. I'm actually curious now. Now I actually want to kind of go look at the college basketball rankings here. So maybe I should have been paying a little bit more attention. But when football is going, I can't really. All right, let's look at the standings. $37-23 Blazers. Liberty, Vermont. Let's see, just Houston is good. Tulane, VCU, Pittsburgh, Virginia. Duke is garbage this year. North Carolina is garbage this year. Texas is good. Baylor, Kansas, Kansas State, Iowa State. Wow, they got TCU. Nice block. Go Blazers. Foul. Purdue. God, there's so many leagues. Jesus Christ. Alabama, number 1, 12-0, 22-3. I know that they were at one point, they were in the top 10, but I didn't know that they climbed all the way to 1 already. Wow. Impressive. How cool is that? Alabama, number 1 in football normally, now number 1 in basketball. What the hell? Who would have thought that? You guys must have had some really good recruiting and built the team up for a couple years. Baseline foul. Dame going to the line. Yeah, the field still wasn't the best, but that's still no excuse to not get one sack at all and no picks. I mean, you can't expect, you know what I'm saying? Like the Eagle defense did not play Eagle defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you didn't give up the Kadarius Toney touchdown, the big return, and the Sky Moore, then we're not talking about it today. The Chiefs being champions, the Eagles are champions. The defense played like shit. The O-line played fantastic. for the Chiefs. That's just the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? Jalen played great. So, I mean, both quarterbacks, played awesome. It's just that, the Eagle defense did not step up. I mean, that's just the bottom line, regardless of the field conditions. It's like they gave up too many points and too much yards, and they played uncharacteristic. That special teams debacle, the fumble for the touchdown. You know what I mean? Those are the little things that the Chiefs needed to win. And, the rest is history. But it's not like you guys will be not back. You guys will be back again, at some point. 39-23, Blazers. Oh, baby. 41-23. Nice layup by Dame. Let's go. Beating the brakes off of them already. Let's go, baby. 41-23. Hell yeah. Oh, nice. Heck yeah, that's sweet. Yeah, I mean, obviously that's going to be a good recruiting tool too, because it's like, okay, boom, you want to go to Bama for football, and if the athlete is really good, and be like, guess what? You can play basketball here too, or if there's one or the other, depending on what they want the person to play, but it's going to be a recruiting tool, especially if you got a guy that's a two-way athlete or whatnot, and especially if the basketball program. I mean, normally you're not going to get too many people that cross over basketball and football and be successful at both, unless you're like Julius Peppers back when he was on North Carolina. He did football and basketball, and he was actually pretty good at both, but it's not going to be that common. Usually the 12 on the basketball team will be separate from the football, unless they have like a fucking incredible athlete that decides to, come out there and dominate and whatnot. So let me see if I can get you a couple more photos. Alabama. How long has Alabama been number one in college hoops? I don't know, but all I do know is they have awesome photos that I'm able to find on the basketball side. Like that one is fire. And then look at this other one I just found. Man, that is a tight photo. I like that. Okay, with the flush. Very like HD 4K. They're like, well, these guys are number one now, so we got to do a lot of photos. Now I got to start like looking up the names of the guys. I need to start getting myself familiar before March Madness. Get myself familiar with the starting lineups and the names of some of the top guys in the top 20. Okay. It's Dame time, baby. 41-23 Blazers. Oh, damn. Really? 20-5? That's good. That is good. Last time was 2004. Oh, wow. Yeah, because I remember a long time ago when I used to do March Madness brackets. I remember back in the day, it's not often, but there was another time way back where Bama was in the top 25. But obviously known more as a football school, no doubt. Anthony Davis with the layup and the foul and one. Attempt to keep the scoreboard going on the ticker below, but they go kind of fast. When I had my other program, I just had to hit a button, and then it would just, tink out just one at a time, 2 clicks, 2 points, 3 clicks. You can go backwards and stuff. But for this particular format, it doesn't allow me to bring that same type of program over and layer it on the top for, every program has its, pros and cons and what it can do and what it can't do until they add on to it and let you, do other things. Dame at the top of the key, 41-26 Blazers. Left-handed layup, no good. Schroeder at the top of the key. Sharp with good defense there. Anthony Davis backing down. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, I see you. 41-28. Rip City. Come on, baby. Shep, my boy. What's good, dude? I'm better now that you're here, bro. I seen that you've been eating good. You got like some stir fry, had a little alcoholic drink. Nice dunk by the Blazers. Let's go. And I figured you were busy. That's why you didn't. You were probably working or you were watching the Super Bowl. I mean, knowing you work all the time. So I'm not sure if you had to work during that time or you had that day off or what was going on and whatnot. But you're a workaholic. You're always grinding and putting in that hard work. And it looks like you ate good tonight based on what I saw. And yeah, I figured we would talk this NFL Super Bowl recap, Chiefs and Eagles. And then this game was on at the same time. So I figured we'd do it. Vanderbilt up and under. 46-30 Blazers. We had 10 threes in the first quarter, Shep. I don't think I've ever seen us hit 10 threes in my life, let alone in the first quarter. It was all by one guy too. It was like spread around. It was weird, man. Like, and the LeBron's not playing, but been busy. Yeah. 46-30 Blazers. Let's go, baby. Did you get a chance to watch the Super Bowl, Shep, or no? $46-30. I got to look at the stats right now. Let's take a peek at what the fuck we got going on here. Anthony Davis, 13 points, 8 rebounds already. The guy's a fucking monster. They just need to get him involved early and often. Anytime you have a game when he doesn't get going early, they typically lose by a lot. But in this case, they got him going early and they're down by 16. So, but again, we hit 10 threes. That's not usual for us. And then on the flip side, with Dame is at, what are you at, Dame? 16 points for Dame already. 4 for 5 from 3. Thibault, 2 for 6. Anthony Simons, 2 for 4 for Thibault. 2 for 2 for Anthony Simons. Watford had 1 for 1. And Little was 1 for 1. And Shaden Sharp was 2 for 3. That was all in like the first quarter. Insane. Wild. Crazy. So we have Anthony Simons with 10. And then Dame was 16. They both have, let's see, 2 rebounds each, too. But we got Cam Reddish in there. Thibault's actually been kind of productive. So, I mean, our team isn't very good. As I look at the team overall, I mean, and then we don't got Josh Hart anymore. It's a team that doesn't deserve to be in the playoffs this year. I mean, I'm a Blazer fan. I've been a fan since the 80s. You know what I mean? But, as I look at this team, Nurk is injured. We don't have enough. I mean, like I said, we'll see what we can do in the standings and whatnot, and maybe we can get the 8 seed. But, I mean, there's no way we're going to compete this year and beat anybody. I don't think so. I mean, even if Dame is playing out of his mind like Giannis and he's like a top 3 player in the moment for like that month, that's not going to be enough because that means like one guy's scoring 40 or 50 a game. But what about the rest of the motherfuckers out there? So, yeah, the team is very raw, very young. We're athletic. You know what I mean? But this is not a very good basketball team. So, well, holy shit, the bowl that they had, the fried rice in there was enough for like a fucking village. And then I imagine they did some some meats and some proteins there in front of you. That play, dude. Yeah. If you and me went there, shit, that would be, yeah. That's like kind of like a Benihana's type of style. I love that type. It's, what a dunk. Let's go. Fucking Eubanks. My goodness. We've had actually some pretty good dunks in this game. 48-30 Blazers. Back down. Get that board, Eubanks. Good job, Drew. I love it when you get these kind of taller white guys that don't really look like they're going to be that good. Like maybe they're not athletic. Dame for 3. But then you get these guys like Giddy, on the Thunder. And like, these guys kind of look like just, I don't know, just tall white dudes that, they don't really look that athletic. And then they go and throw down on 2 guys and make it a poster. And you're like, holy shit. That was like a basketball card. Holy fuck. But a lot of the taller white dudes that got the springs, they got really good hops. Oh, what a dunk. Let's go. Oh, bacon fried rice. Jameson Meza in the building. Yeah, Mike, remember? You're Alabama and Shep is Georgia. There'll be a lot of healthy banter back and forth. Ooh, lobster tail, chicken, shrimp, salmon. Oh, man. Dude, good for you. You're a class act, man. You know what I mean? And like I said, those little kind acts, those little acts of kindness, other people will never do that shit. You know what I mean? And so like when you get someone that actually does, go out of their way, if you have some extra cash, you know what I mean? And, you've been working hard, just to be able to let those people know, that they're appreciated, even if it's not from someone higher up than you, yeah, I know if someone did that for me and I was working with you, that shit would mean a lot, hopefully that these people say thank you and they're appreciative of you being nice and not just taking it for granted. Because that's what happens sometimes with people like us and a lot of the people in the room. The acts of kindness get mistreated, and people try to take advantage of us because they know we're kind-hearted and they know that we've done like really kind, good things. And then people take advantage of that shit thinking we're stupid, that we don't recognize that you're trying to like, be a dickhead about it or an asshole about it or not have gratitude. And then we cut those people off. But Dame with the layup. Let's go. Good for you though, bro. (53-32) charge on Anthony Davis. Yes, sir. Let's go, Blazers. 10 threes in the first quarter. Jameson, this might be our game, man. It might be Dame time. It might be Dame time, baby. That sounds amazing, though. That sounds amazing. Yeah, I got to use the company card. Woo, 371 to damn. Eubanks going to the dunk. No good. How much food was it for? How many people? Like 5 people? He said, we went out to dinner. It was 371. Damn, Cam Reddish. 53-32. Rip City. There we go. Dame with the steal. This is all Rip City. Go, Anthony. Oh, Anthony Simons just got rejected. Rejected by Anthony Davis. Oh, rejection of our own by Eubanks. Hachimura, and then he got the layup. God damn it, Rui. Rui Hachimura. 53-34. Blazers. God bless dispensaries in Oregon. And God bless Munchie Monday. There's nothing better than Munchie Monday. And it's crazy, too, because I'm a member now, and I have I'm in the system, right? I'm in the computer system. They know my name, the number, with the discounts. And then I even have their app. I never would do that, unless I'm going to this place like every 2 days, which I do. I'm always there, getting either gummies or like pre-roll type stuff, right? Oh, rebound dunk, no good. D'Angelo Russell with the follow. And it's good. 53-36, Blazers. I guess if I can do this quick enough, I can keep up. Sometimes when the scoring is so back and forth, I can't keep up, but looks like I'm able to do it now. He said 371. 5 of us. He said, yeah. Oh, Doc, how did you know? ESP, baby. He said 2 glasses of apple juice. Damn, $10. $10 each or $10 for both? Well, if you're getting fucking lobster and the fried rice and the guys are like chopping fucking meats and they're doing all the extravagant shit in front of you, yeah, they're probably, it's going to be like going to like a baseball game or a concert. Like shit, I went to a Blazer game and I don't know how many gummies I had, like, you know, probably like 4, you know what I mean? My mouth is just fucking, you know, I just got the dry mouth, the cotton mouth, right? And I go get a fucking 20-ounce Sprite, and I shit you not, it was like $8, but I had to pay for it. It's like $7.50, $8, but I was like, fuck, I am just so thirsty, and I just need something. So I feel your pain, brah. Oh, for 3. Dame Dollar. 56-36, baby. Let's go. Yes, sir. How many 3s do we have already? Holy shit. I've been waiting for a game like this all season. Holy hell. Let's keep it going. 56-36. This is one of the best first halves I've seen all year. Probably because I wore the 90s vintage jacket. Dame from deep. Oh, heat check for sure. And I like this little the beanie with the little. I'm not really big into like snow hats, but I love snow hats that have the dinghy on top. The ones that don't have the dinghy, I don't like those as much. They don't fit as good. But the ones that have the dinghy on top, those ones are fire. The dinghy. The ball. And this vintage coat, my actually dad found it. I've never seen another one. Anytime you go down to Rip City and you go to a game, you're always looking for that, you know, rare merch or that items that, you know, some people don't have, the older jerseys and whatnot. And it's nice. And everything is stitched on it too, really nicely. I like the white stripe and just the color combo. I'm a real picky guy when it comes to clothes and like merch for like wrestling and for sports teams. I'm not going to buy just anything. Like I truly am super picky on the merch. And I don't mind like off-brand stuff if it's not Nike or Adidas, you know, I'll still consider it, but I just need to see what it looks like. Big 3 right there. D'Angelo Russell. He said, "Caca." 56-41. Watford for 3, and it's good. Watford for another 3. My God, this is insane. 59-41 Blazers. Almost 60 points at halftime. Let's go. Well, you better be if it's $10 for like 3 sips of apple juice. It's like, it must be apple juice from the gods, dude. Mai Tai. Mango de Dango. Mango de Dango. It's Fandango's favorite drink. Dame for 3. Dame Dollar, baby. Woo! 62-41. Unbelievable. 62-43, excuse me. Reeves for 3. Wow. It's a 3 party. 62-46. So many 3s. Holy shit. I got to look. We have 16 3s. The Lakers have 2. Oh, shit. 2 for 16 for the Lakers, 16 for 28 for the Blazers. Oh, my God. Oh, that's fucking Mango de Dango. That's what that is. 16 3s. That's Mango de Dango, baby. Wow. Okay, let me look. No, I don't even talk to that guy anymore. I haven't talked to him in like a year. Yeah, he is, dude. You know, come on, bro. You should already know that. That's why I had to cut him off, dude. I wanted, someone that's just going to be toxic and they're never going to give Dame for 3 again. Let's go with 1 second left. Let's go. Franchise record for threes. Wow. Franchise. It was a franchise day. Dame's got 27 to 30 points. I think he's got 30 at half. Oh, Dame has 30. 8 for 12 from 3. Holy shit. This was like one of the best halves I've ever seen. Well, good thing I did the game, man. Fuck. 65-46. Woo, baby. 65 points at half. Now let's look at the team stats real quick. 17 for 29 from deep for the Blazers, 3 for 17 for the Lakers. I would say that's probably the difference, don't you think? We have 14 more made threes. Does that make a difference? I think so. My sources tell me it does. So, yeah, and like I said, when you get people that say that type of stuff, it's like always saying something stupid, dude.
Get Xfinity Internet for just $25 a month with no annual contract during our limited time launch celebration. You have no idea how good you can live. What a time to be alive.
Well, is he saying that about me? Is he saying that about me? Oh, that's hilarious, bro. Because because if he's talking about me on there, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I got to cut people off. You like a lot of times people are just toxic, sometimes they're a product of their environment, you know what I mean? And so, but you don't always have to be ghetto all the time and just be an asshole all the time, and just talking shit all the time for just no reason. Never can give credit where credit's due, never can acknowledge any other fan base or any other players. Always has to make excuses when the team loses or when the team does shitty. And it's always a conspiracy or Roger Goodell or scripts or rigged. You know what I mean? Like it's really hard to have a actual genuine conversation, when you have people that are like that. And that's why I had to cut a lot of these people out. So yeah, of course. Well, he's just mad because he wanted maybe me to try to push him. But the thing is, okay, if I'm always trying to support you and I'm trying to push you and for your dream, and, if he wants to do hip hop or rap or whatever, right? But if you're not going to support me the same way that I support you, you know what I mean? At some point, you just being toxic all the time and you're not donating on the channel, you're expecting everything from me. And all you're doing is you're causing drama in my chat. And overall, you're just arguing, and it's like you're making me lose subs, lose donos. You know what I mean? I don't think he understood that, so people, and obviously I'm full time. I had to work really hard, to get to this point. Yeah, you know what I mean? People are going to hate, people that I used to work with, people that were apart, and like I said, there was times where, we would talk almost every day, try to motivate each other to work on our, whatever our dream projects are. You know what I mean? But if you're going to talk shit, and like I said, he's just mad because I cut him off. You know what I mean? And sometimes you have to do that for the health and the benefit of everyone else in the room. You know what I mean? And then if you want to, bitch and complain and gripe about it and then make another profile, a fake one, and come in. I mean, I already know based off how you type, you know what I mean? That what it is. Right. And okay, if you're going to be a hood guy, that's not something to be proud of. He was always proud of it's the murder capital of America. Who says that? You know what I mean? You're proud of that. You go outside and you might get shot. That's not, it's if you're trying to live up to this thug persona. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, if you want to try to capitalize off that, you know what I mean? If you think that's like a cool thing, but you know, some people got brains and some people, you know, need to be better. You know what I mean? And some people are, you know, real and some people are fake. Some people are just, you know, and I tried to be able to, I tried to be able to have as many people that, you know, maybe irritated me, and I just tried to manage it as long as I could. You know what I mean? But again, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you're going to be toxic and you're not donating and you're causing problems on top of that, like, why am I going to keep putting up with this while you're making the stream like worse? You know, no one wants to hear a fucking crybaby. You know, no one wants to hear excuses and all that other shit. And yeah, for him to say that already show it, you know, you're already more successful than he's going to be ever. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just based on, you know, your work ethic and what you're doing. And then on top of that, you know, the kind things that you do, he would never do that. I mean, this motherfucker was always going to say, oh, I'll support you, right? And then he goes and buys like a $600 PS5 and the guy can't even donate $1 to me. You know what I mean? And then at one point when he did, I gave it back to him. I'm like, bro, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, regardless if, you know, wherever you are, you know, if I'm pushing your music and I'm trying to help you out, and then you're going to say that you're going to support, and then you can spend all this other money and on other stuff and you can't even do $1. Like, bro, it's like, I can't even put up with this toxic behavior. And then, you know, once I cut it off, then, you know, people got mad or whatever. But again, I've had to cut off like hundreds of people. I mean, I would be well over 20,000 subs right now if I didn't block, you know, hundreds of people last year and the partial year before that. And then a little bit of this year. You know, of course, it would be nice to have that 20,000 plus number. You know what I mean? But if the room is going to be toxic with 200 more people that are a part of this channel and they come in and they ruin it for everyone else, you know, I don't want that, you know? So yeah, I mean, some people are educated and some people are ignorant. Some people are smart. Some people are stupid. And, you know, yeah, I mean, like I said, nothing can be said. You know, you already know what it is. Yeah. Well, like I said, you had the best record in the NFL for, you know, 4 or 5 years and couldn't get a championship out of it. Yes, they do have one championship. You know, they got one with Breeze, right? So that's good that they got it. But like I said, I mean, you know, we always can see what fan bases are toxic. And, you know, there's definitely going to be some good and bad Philly fans, good and bad Cowboy fans, good and bad Saint fans. You know what I mean? But again, when you hear Saints fans saying that they can't even go in their own like fan, you know, chats and fan rooms, what does that tell you? You know, they end up, you know, trying to like beat each other up. Like, you know, they don't even care about all the Falcons and the Panthers and Bucks. Yeah, they're going to talk shit there, but they get in so many heated arguments. They get heated towards each other as if like, you know, they're talking to rivals or something of that nature. But, you know, some fan bases are a little bit more mature. Yeah. Well, also too, you know, it's like after we punched the football out of Jared Cook, you know, and young Nola and a lot of the people, what did they do? You're ignorant, you know. He tags Jared Cook and starts swearing at him. Like, dude, I mean, if you're a real, true fan, real fan, you don't do that. I don't give a shit how bad it was. You know, you don't harass players on social media. You're like a fake fan. You're like a poser. You know, you act like you watch all the games and you know all the information. All you like to do is just talk shit. You know what I mean? It's like you don't even know. Like, I know more than you do. And then I remember when he would argue with me, I was like, bro, we're gonna win the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And then he would be like, yeah. And I was like, bro, you know, you guys had plenty of years to do it. We bring in Brady and we win it right away. And he was trying to make it sound like that was a bad thing. I was like, bro, I just got my players, you know, 6 months ago. You guys have had 4 years to get it done. And, you know, and then obviously the rigged and the, you know, that shit gets just, you know, you can only talk with someone like that just wants to argue with no backbone or no substance. It just, you know, it just gets annoying after a while because no matter what you say, it's like talking to a little kid. I know. You should have sent me some, bro. We'll have to eat sometime for sure. Yeah. Wannabe. Poser. I don't know. But it's just kind of an ignorant thing to be like excited. Like, yeah, this is the murder capital. Like, who, that's not something that people say that they're excited about. Like they're bragging about that. Like that's a cool thing. You know what I mean? No. I mean, all I know is I wouldn't want to walk outside in fear for my life. That's a shitty way to live. I wouldn't want to live anywhere it was like that. And I get it. It's sometimes some people's environment, but I can make all the shirts. I actually need to start trying to figure out some like merch stuff at some point, but I'm just so busy grinding on here. But for Super Bowl, I didn't get any pizza flown in from Chicago or ribs like I did last year. My buddy actually paid for it to get flown overnight, and so that way I would have that. And we did garlic chicken pizza. I had sun chips. And then, I just had my regular, just like Snapple type stuff, you know what I mean? And then a bunch of pre-rolls and stuff like that. So, yeah. Well, the big part of it too, is I had to ban him because what he was, how he was talking to Sarah, and he was mad that I chose Sarah over him. But I was like, I need someone that's going to be like my right-hand man or woman. I need to have my Batman and my Robin. And well, I mean, what did he think, that I'm going to choose him? I was like, dude, you can't even support me. How the hell are you going to be able to help me out? You know what I'm saying? And then I think he just got mad that I was like choosing other people over him. But I was like, I tried to give him plenty of time to change his ways. But when you have someone that's stuck in their ways like that, they're never going to change. They're always going to be that fucking way. You know what I'm saying? And, it's like if you wanted to be able to be smart about it and network with me, we could have helped each other. But, instead you were being that way. You couldn't recognize, people and what you did and how it was wrong. And here we are. So, it's like if you're gonna talk shit about me or my mods or anybody on appearance or making fun of them and how they dress, how they look, about their teams, whatever. If it's gonna be malicious, I mean, like you're done. You're not gonna be a part of this. And I get it. It's like, yeah, I know you're a fan. But you are like, out of everyone that I've ever met on the channel, definitely one of the top, like probably 5 most toxic people. And like I said, I had a lot of Saints fans that supported me, not as many anymore. But if the Saints get good again, they'll be back because they know I will talk good about their team and whatnot. I'll keep it real. You know what I'm saying? But, it comes to a point with like Justin Wills and certain individuals, I can try to give them a second chance. But you just know it's just a matter of time before they piss me off, piss someone else off, and then make other fake accounts. And then I have to boot that account. And they know that I know, how they type. And, and there's a reason why that people still haven't continuously tried to come back. Because if you're going to take all that time to make a fake profile, say one comment and I boot you, how often is that going to be worth it to you? I mean, we definitely have had haters in the past. So, yeah. So I don't put up with that. And, it is what it is. So, yeah. I mean, like I said, based on just how we are, we're going to do actually more good, than most people. So, yeah, silly, man. Just immature. Some people are mature. Some people are not. Yeah, not all. But like I said, before you were a part of this channel, we would have a lot of Saints fans, and a lot of them were, very mouthy. You know what I mean? And stuff. And it's fine if you want to be mouthy towards like Bucks or Panthers or, or the Falcons and whatnot. But I try to give, and not every Saint, like we have some Saint fans that are awesome. We really do. But, just like Cowboy fans and Eagle fans and other fans of other teams, some are just incredibly biased and they can't see it from any other point of view. And they just want to argue. And they just want to make excuses instead of taking accountability when their team loses or if something bad happens, $10 holla. Yeah, we're lucky to have you, Mike. You actually are chill, but you are more Alabama rather than Saints, but still, we appreciate you. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. If more Saint fans could be like you, Mike, that would be great. Bang, bang, $10 holla. Thank you. Appreciate you. Let me know what you want to see. A bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. $30. Let's get to a hundo. Let's do it. Oh, Colleen Wolf. Hello, Colleen. All right, we're about to get out of halftime here. I got to message my buddy real quick. How many threes? 17? 17 threes. I put 17 threes. It changed it to 17 trees. And then like a weed joint with broccoli. Okay. Okay. My boy Justin gets the message. Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate you. Let me know what you want to see. The Travis Kelce. Yeah, I had to block quite a few people from like all platforms. I was like, I can't do it, man. I haven't even talked to him, and like I can't even tell you. It's been over whenever the last time when I booted, so it's been like over a year and a half or something. Yeah, we're gonna do some Tanya Harding shit. Jeff Gillooly, is that what's going on? I know you do. I appreciate you. I need to go get my drink out of the freezer. 65-46. Oh, rejected. Stolen. Go up. Yes. Drew Eubanks with the dunk. Let's go. 67-46. Blazers. D'Angelo Russell at the top of the key. Alley-oop to Anthony Davis. Tipped and then caught. 67-48. Blazers. Nice little putback by D'Angelo Russell. Yeah, dude, show me, man. I mean, like I said, even though I don't drink, booze really that much anymore, I'm not opposed to having some. Like when I, went to the games for the Mariners with my buddy for both of our birthdays. I mean, we definitely did too much. We went ham because it's both of our birthdays. So we're like in the hotel room and we're drinking on like Jaeger, doing Jaeger bombs and stuff, and drank like 3/4 of a fifth, and then had like 4 to 6 Bud Lights, like cans. And then we go to the game and get like 10 fucking tall boys. I mean, no wonder I was feeling like shit. And then I had gummies on top of that. And then by the time it was like the 6th or 7th inning, I was in like fucking hell. You know what I mean? And then decided to be sober on the next day. And then boom, I got a Julio ball. So, message yourself. If you get too fucked up, not a good thing. Dame, 70-50. Hi, Brittany. How are you? Missed you. Hope you're doing well. Hope your son is doing well. Daytona 500. Chase Elliott. Boom. Sunday. Mike with another dono. Thank you so much. That's funny. I tried to do like the thumbs up or the heart, when the Cash App, and then they move the emojis around. So I liked the dono, but I think it gave you a lipstick kiss. I was like, oh, I pushed the wrong button, but you get the idea, Mike. I appreciate you. Snapchat making me send like response messages with the wrong emoji. Thank you, Cash App. Thank you, Mike. $19.69 dono on the Cash App, baby. $19.69, my boy. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Appreciate you. Yeah, I think I know a lot of people, know a lot of people are going to be going out and whatnot. But I mean, I usually, later on, maybe in the week, I do want to go to like Red Lobster or go to like Olive Garden or something. But when we have the dog, and you have to make sure that someone is watching Paisley and whatnot. But yeah, I'm gonna stream tomorrow, so I'm gonna just keep grinding it out. Both work from home, and maybe I'll get something food wise. But definitely want to do like a seafood type place. So $50 in donos. Thank you so much, brother. I didn't even know. I was like, oops, I tried to change it and it had the lipstick emoji, because normally it's just like the heart emoji, but normally it should be like the thumbs up emoji. That would be like the best one to do. But apparently it's like heart, lipstick, and then they added some other ones or whatever. So I appreciate you. Yeah. Sometimes, usually with me, I am, either that, for a long time, or, if I'm with, it's like either, I go for like a, 3 to 7 year period of just being single, or I'm with someone for 5 to 7 years or whatever. But, and like I said, it all depends. It all depends on the situation, and just because, with doesn't mean better. Sometimes, you feel like, if you're single, you'd be like, I'm a little lonely, or you just like date occasionally here and there or whatever. Right. But I'm telling you, sometimes, just because you're like, oh, this is going to be good. I'm with someone, but a lot of times it's overrated, and sometimes like you got to make sure that you're happy. And sometimes people don't like to be alone. I get that, I totally get that. But just because people are with people, in like relationship doesn't mean it's good. A lot of times there's, a lot of bullshit that's involved. So, I mean, I know with me, I mean, I'm one of those people that I'm definitely like a strong person that I can be with or without, and I'm okay. Of course, at some point I would, date, or at least like go out for like meal or drink or something. But I mean, I'm so busy doing this. It's just, you know what it is. 76-55. Oh, no good. 8 blocks for the Blazers tonight. Get the fuck out of here. Ooh, nice layup. All right, I'm going to delete this for now, and we'll update it at the end of the quarter. I just can't be updating it every like 10 seconds. Unless I had the scoreboard, then I could. Nice jumper, Thibault. 79-57, Blazers. Nice job. I deleted it. Now I gotta put it back up. 79-57. Appreciate you, Mike. Let me know what you want to see for photos, anything else. I got you. Salted caramel. Yeah, I bet. Oh, man. I remember the girlfriend that I had previous to this one, I raised this boy named Aristeo, and he had no father figure, and so, I mean, I was the one that pretty much, raised him. And I remember I had to do that, back in the day. And it's not like you have to fill out like a couple. It's like nowadays, it's like sometimes like 30 or like 40 of them, Yeah, but normally for me, like in general, normally, I don't, I don't know. I think it kind of depends on if you feel like appreciated or underappreciated and whatnot. But just for me personally, like if I had to be with or without, like today, that would be it's not like, oh, can I be okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I can. It's like I'm always either single for like a long time, like 3 to 7 years, or something maybe happened. It's like the last 2 have been like 7 years. So it's like 7 years and then a little bit of a break and then like 7 years. That's essentially almost like, I guess, kind of being fucking married and stuff, but it's not like that though. It ain't like that though. All right, let me look at the photo. Oh yeah. The Crown. Is it good? I know they have different. I usually do the apple. That one you can drink straight. I mean, I don't really do beer or whatever, but like if I was gonna do something from the bottle or whatever, but I'm going to the dispensary, so I'm just trying to be good, and I'm not hanging around the party friends and try to get into the other stuff. So I'm just trying to, not really drink that much. Brooke looking good on the screen. Yeah, but like I said, I just have to try to go to the dispensary and do that. And like I said, I don't know how many pre-rolls I bought. I bought like 7. And some will come with 2 inside. And so now I'll just take Paisley on a walk, and then I'll just smoke while I take a walk. But then I got to be careful, because then if there's like other people or kids or, other adults that are walking their dog, like I can't be just like fucking Snoop Dogging it everywhere as they like approach and walk up. So I got to like put it back in the container, and then it'll like air itself out, and then I got to like relight it or whatever. But it definitely makes the music that I listen to. And then that way it's not like, in the house or in the back, deck area, even though it's like legal here, it's like you still have to, try to find a time and a place. And of course, gummies are better because you have no smell or really taste. But I don't know, if there's like really good, it's like I haven't done it in such a long time. Now I'm hooked on it because it's like it's gonna supplement me trying to buy booze and whatnot. And they have stuff that's like grown like in Hawaii, and like strawberry lemonade, and then this other passion fruit one that I got. And I can tell the difference between some, you can taste it and whatnot. And I don't know what it is, but when it's like chilly and cool, and then you're just able to just go for a walk and smoke, I don't know, there's nothing more relaxing than that. 81-61 Blazers. There we go. Thibault. Let's go. I might have to try it. I mean, even though I don't really, I don't, really do that, but it's better than the other ones. Peach is your second, and got pineapple. Ooh, pineapple gummy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like dabs and shit. I remember like when my buddy, he had like a rig that like he plugged into the fucking wall. He was like this hippie dude, Cody, right? His hippie dude, right? And I worked with him in sales, and I never did that shit before. And he had like the pro getup, like the professional setup getup, and I was like, all right. And I mean, it's like if you've ever hit out of like a 2-footer, 3-footer, 6-footer glass or plastic. I mean, we're out here in Oregon, so we go pretty ham out here. Everything is really loose out here, but yeah, they have really good oil and dab stuff. I don't do it really that often, but it is available. You can, you don't have to just get like a vape pen. You can actually get the oil and, put it on the top or whatever, or you can just do the oil itself and like dabs and stuff like that. But holy shit, I remember the first time that I took one, I went next to the fan and I just stood there for like 10 minutes. I was just like, holy shit. I was like sat down right in front of the fan, didn't talk, didn't move. Just was like, and it wasn't like one of those fans where you're like, yeah, when you're like talking into the fan, it was like one of the bigger ones. And I was just like sweating and shit, but then I got used to it. But like, yeah, if you definitely aren't used to it and you try to be like Snoop Dogg, you will get put in your place, especially with the quality that they have here. Yeah, but the guy was the fucking dab king. He was the dab king. 85-64, but I actually haven't done it in quite a long time. But they do have it available though. I think if I didn't have like kids in the house, and whatnot, then or even maybe Paisley and stuff, like yeah, I would probably end up having like a 3-footer. I used to have a really awesome 3-foot glass piece that cost like $200, and it had like lizards and salamanders on the outside of it. It was like blown glass, and the lizard salamanders were like purple and all kinds of colors with their eyes, and it was just a really cool piece. that I had, and I kind of miss it. You know what I mean? But again, that's in your younger days when there's just like you and a roommate or whatever, and playing PlayStation, and you don't got to worry about nothing. But yeah, I haven't actually had a piece in a long, long time. No, I won't. I Jam to the Dead and that. I know people, everything is pretty loose and stuff, but yeah, that's not necessarily for me, but friends, it's Oregon, bro. Like, everything, like a lot of stuff now is not even criminalized here. Like if you have a small amount of even a little bit of whatever, even some of the hard stuff, you're not going to go straight to jail for like, a year or 10 years, like other states where they're like really strict. It's like a lot of stuff. It's just like, they'll take it from you, or maybe you'll get a ticket, or they'll just let you go. Like, what I'm saying? Like, we already have, there's going to be drug problems and homelessness like everywhere, but I think there's a lot of responsible people that like to party. There's people that let it take over their lives and ruin it too, and they hit rock bottom. But I think there's a lot of like recreational party people that, all over the United States that are, as long as it's not affecting you paying your rent, and your bills, then, but sometimes things get out of control. For sure. 87-68 Blazers. But I ended up getting 7 pre-rolls. I got a 20% discount. It's like Munchie Monday. And I think I only paid like $32. And some of them come with like 2 inside, where you'll get like, 1 gram and then another one, or it'll be like 2 of them that are 0.75, and stuff. So it's like, yeah, it's nice. It is nice. Yeah, I haven't tried the other flavors. I probably should, though, at some point. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that. Is it? Yeah, yeah. That's pretty common out here too, Brittany, out here. I mean, I guess everyone has their own, vices, and it just depends on where you live. And I guess, if it's like country or suburb, and, but we already have strip clubs the most in like the United States. We have like the wineries, the breweries. So there's all kinds of stuff that, dispensaries on top of that. So if you like weed, booze, or beer or wine, we kind of have like the endless supply here. So I remember one time, I was watching, what was I watching? Trying to remember. Doctor Strange. I was watching Doctor Strange, and all that caps and all that, right? And I remember I got to a point where I was almost trying to like pull my tooth out. Like it's like you're just like I don't know, like you get into like a mode, and some people have like good trips or not and whatnot. But I remember it's like, I don't know, it just like I had this like sensation in like my teeth, and then I was like almost trying to like pull one of my teeth out, like out of like the gums. It's like not loose, like a baby tooth. But I just remember like I need to like chill for a second or whatever, try to like even out or whatever. But most of the time it's been okay. But I do remember that one time I was just like watching Doctor Strange and all the effects are going, and it was like a pretty good trip. But then I like just remember like my tooth, it felt like it was moving, and then like I wanted to pull it out, and it's like, so obviously if I would have did that, I'd have a big gap in my teeth, like on the bottom or something. But yeah, luckily the movie was good, and no tooth was removed. Otherwise, if it was, that would have fucking been painful as shit. Like pulling a tooth out of the root. Like if you've ever, gotten a tooth, like you see the top of the tooth, but people don't recognize that the tooth is like motherfucking this long, in your jaw. And it's like, it goes from a tooth and then it kind of goes downwards into like the root. Yeah. Not good. Not good at all. All right, I need to go get my Mango Madness. Let me go get my Mango Madness. 9170 Blazers.
See if you qualify at TurboTax.com.
Blazers up big on the Lakers, 91-70 late in the third quarter. Here is the Chase Freedom making more stat line. Game tonight, 33 points. He's made 8 for 13 from a three tonight. He has just been incredible again. I know it's shocking. Yeah, it's just what he does. It's what he is. He is special.
Okay, your boy's back. 91-70, baby. Okay, no worries. $50. We got 50 to go. So I think we'll be able to get there. No worries. And you're starting your new job. So, we'll have someone else take over, whoever's going to be here, whether it be Matt or I don't know how long Shep is going to be here or whatnot, but we'll have someone. Jameson sometimes does it as well. So yeah, we'll have someone else try to help us get to the number. Have a good day at work, and hopefully the new job works out for you. And then we'll be back at it tomorrow. We're going to grind it out. 91-72 Blazers. Holy shit, I never thought this was going to happen. And hopefully we get some snow tonight. Not a lot of snow, but just like a little bit. $92-72 Blazers. Let's go, baby. Hell yeah, bro. Heck yeah. Yeah, I'll be online for, we're at an hour and 41 minutes, so I'll probably be online for another hour and 45 minutes or, 2 hours. 2 hours would put me at 10:37. So probably a little under 2 hours we're going to go for. So I'll probably end sometime between 10 and 10:30 because girlfriend's daughter has to go to school and I can't be too loud. So I'm going to watch the rest of this game, and then I'll see what's on TV if there's anything else after this. And then if people want to talk, about NFL or anything else, if they want to come in and talk about that, I could have just labeled it, let's do a Super Bowl recap type thing. But I figured if I'm doing the game, if you want to talk Super Bowl and what happened or whatever, you can come in. It's not like just because I'm doing basketball stream doesn't mean you can't talk about it. So you've never seen snow in person in your area. Never. Not once. All right, cool. Yeah, like I said, if people, got things to do, and it also depends if it's East Coast or Midwest. Like for me, it's 8:38. For you, Brittany, it's like 11:38. So, you might as well just get the cot and the pillow and sleeping bag and, you can just hang out with your boy. Obviously, I can kind of give you the true answer. Obviously, it's a call that no one wanted because it affected the outcome of the game. They didn't call it all game, and then all of a sudden they called it. The player himself got interviewed after and said that, yes, I grabbed him twice. I didn't think they were going to call it, but he admitted that he held. But, if they didn't call it all game, it's just kind of shitty that one of the best games of all time kind of got ruined in that particular moment. But, right, if the Eagles didn't give up the Kadarius Toney touchdown, the big 95, 80, whatever, 70, 80, 90 yard return to the 5-yard line, and then the Sky Moore touchdown, then the Eagles would be champions today. But, you had the Jalen fumble for the touchdown. That, anytime something like that happens, you increase your chances of winning 30%. When you get a fumble for touchdown, pick for touchdown, punt return, or kick return. But if the defense, that was a 10 and is one of the best in the NFL, right, only had one tackle by Josh Sweat, one tackle by Fletcher Cox, one tackle by Hassan Reddick for a total of 3, and Patrick Mahomes didn't get sacked once, right, and he didn't throw a pick, you're going to lose. You know what I mean? And that's what happened. Like, they were able to keep it close. The defense played better than expected. The Eagles defense, folded. The offensive line for the Chiefs played great, and that was the outcome. So how you are able not to let the refs, change the outcome? You be like Tampa Bay and you blow the fucking teams out. Like we blew out the Chiefs. There was no question. It's like 31-9. You want to call a penalty? Fuck it. We're still up by 20 something, right? And the same thing happened against the Raiders when you win like 48-20, 21. You're up by so much that if they want to make a play, you're not within 3-7. You're up by more. So if the Eagles would have took care of business, then no one's even bitching about that particular call. I mean, people are going to bitch about it. It was horrible timing, and they didn't call any penalties at all up to that point. That's why people are mad. And then they just were able to drain the clock, kick the field goal, and it was over. So it was not, and then, conspiracy, script, and all that, you know what I mean? But the bottom line is that the Eagle defense didn't play good, and you let the Chiefs hang around. They were down by 10 like at half, and you didn't play good football, uncharacteristic football for them on special teams and defense, and you lost, which you should have won. And like I said, I had to be like Undertaker and Brock Lesnar. I've gotten like the last 21 Super Bowls right. That was the first one that with my motto, O-line, D-line, defense, coaching, play calling, where it failed me. It worked for all the Super Bowls up to that point. But again, I also said that if Mahomes or Burrow are out there, you always have a shot. Just like Tom Brady when he played. You always have a shot when you have an elite quarterback. And the defense played like shit, and you lost. You know what I mean? So Eagle fans can be pissed. Other fans can be pissed. But if the Eagle defense would have stepped up like normal, we're not even talking about Kansas City today. You can't give up a Kadarius Toney touchdown and then a big 90-yard return and then another Sky Moore touchdown, and then everyone's bitching, about the call, which even the player said that he did. So that's my 2 cents. You got to win by more and not let the refs even be a factor. End of the third quarter, 101-79. Blazers. Rip City. Oh, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, Dame Dollar, Dame Dollar, Dame Dollar. Let's look at the box score real quick. What do we got? We got, let's go with the Blazers first. 35 points for Dame. 11 for 20 shooting. 8 for 14 from deep, baby. Let's go. Thibault with 14. Anthony Simons with 12. Shaden Sharp with 13. Let's look at the Lakers. Leading scorer for them is Anthony Davis with 17. And then D'Angelo Russell with 16. Yeah, I think a Super Bowl pissed off a lot of people, you know what I mean? But it wasn't necessarily as bad as like the Natty when Georgia won by $1 billion. That left a worse taste in my mouth for the whole college football season. I mean, for Shep, it was good because then you got to see Georgia go back to back and whatnot. But right. And then the Eagles are supposed to have an elite defense like the Niners and the Cowboys. But like I said, after the Jalen fumble, then the Miles Sanders fumble, even though that one got called back, Nick Bolton was flying around. It just was like they were more motivated and better coached, than the Eagles. And then also there's a clip on Twitter where it shows that how Nick Sirianni handled the situation with the interview after, right, when they lost and tried to be professional. But earlier in the game in the second quarter when they were up by 10, you see him do this, right, to the Chiefs and the people or the coaches or the players. And then Jalen has to bring his arm down because the camera is right there and Sirianni doesn't see it. And Jalen tries to cover it up, but you can already see I mean, if you're a head coach, do you think Andy Reid is going to do middle finger? No. You know what I mean? So that's another reason why you lost. You can't be like a little kid out there. I get it. A lot of the Philly fans are passionate, but you can't be that way. You know what I mean? You can't be that way and doing middle finger type shit on TV. It's not a good look, dude. It makes you look like a fucking immature baby. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to be setting an example, and Jalen is more mature than you. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess maybe the sports gods were like, look at these motherfuckers, and they're like, all right, well. And then the Chiefs did what they did. So Yeah, and every year it seems like there's always going to be a call kind of towards the end. When the Packers and the Bucks played, there was a call towards the end, but a lot of times you just got to be ahead by more so it doesn't affect. But again, they didn't call really anything all game, and then they called that, so that's why people are so upset. But again, if the Eagles just took care of business, throughout the second half, then we're not even talking about it. So. Stapleton. I thought the Rihanna could be a little bit better, but she's pregnant. So she's going to have her second baby with ASAP. So obviously that was kind of part of the attire, and she's not going to be able to jump around and be doing all kinds of crazy dance moves, with the baby inside. So. Oh, absolutely. It's never going to end, and then if you get toxic people, then they just take it to a whole nother level. And then they start getting people that aren't toxic to think like the toxic people. And then it just makes that fan base not even like you don't even want to interact with certain fan bases and whatnot. And again, we already know there's going to be good people and bad people from every fan base. But there's definitely certain fan bases that are more toxic as a group than others. And then I saw that Eagle fan, the brother, right, with his homies, and then as soon as the Eagles lost, he fucking punched the TV and started stepping on it. That reminded me of Cowboy fans when they fucking lose it every year. I mean, even the cheap, HD flat screens are like $300. I was like, dude, I mean, who does that? I get emotions are high, but I mean, be a little bit more mature and don't fucking ruin your fucking TV. Or even, I mean, I don't even know if that guy lived there, and so the way that he was acting, it looked like it was his TV, but I mean, to smash the TV and then, throw it down and start stomping on it like Stone Cold. I don't know. I will never punch a TV or burn a jersey. I don't know. Some people are just hotheads, I guess. Some people are doing it for clout, but other times people are just fucking psycho. And then, that's what the emotions are. And then you get the older dudes, they'll get in the truck and run over the TV like these Cowboy fans. Like if you actually watch the Cowboys, you should already know what's going to happen and prepare yourself that you're a fucking choker team. You choke. What's new this year? We damn boys, it's our year. No, motherfucker, it's not, okay? Until you end up getting rid of the coaches, it's never going to be it's our year, unless you ended up getting a Sean Payton, but these guys have this false belief, it's our year. No. Like you're getting better, you know what I mean? But you're still a long ways away from winning a couple games and getting to the NFC Championship game or winning that. You're not there yet. But then they just lose their fucking lids, They win one game against the Bucks and they think they're going all the way. Dude, we were the worst team in the playoffs. Even the Ravens on the AFC side were better than us. So yes, you got to win, you know what I mean? But fucking know your role and shut your mouth and understand that there's a reason why you haven't won shit since 92, 93, and 95. You don't have Aikman. You don't have Irvin. You don't have Emmitt Smith. You don't have Leon Lett. You don't have Deion Sanders. And guess what? You never will. You know what I mean? The NFC is fucking competitive. And you need to have a coach. You don't got Jimmy Johnson. You don't got fucking Barry Switzer. And then you see these guys burn. Oh, fuck a deck. Fuck that guy. And they're just burning like the high-end $200 jersey. Oh, fuck this guy. And they're going to buy another one, It's like they don't, I don't know. I just feel like some people don't understand football. They don't understand anything until the playoffs come around and then they have this false hope. And I get it. The hype and the hope is there is because Micah Parsons is there. Dan Quinn is there. So, you have a defense and Dak is pretty good, right? But it's just sometimes you have a curse over your organization, kind of like the Chargers where you're really talented also, but you always choke with injuries and bad coaching and play calling. It never fucking fails, right? So, yeah, people can't just, it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, I'm like blown away when I see people punch their TVs and lose their fucking minds, but congratulations, Chiefs, huh? Like to be the underdog, right? And then, to go and not knowing if you're going to win and then being down early and not looking good and then seeing one of the best second halves ever and actually being a part of that, Super Bowl. We don't know how many Super Bowls Mahomes is going to have at the end of the day, but there is a chance that he'll be the closest thing to Tom Brady that we're going to have in this generation. I think that's pretty clear. It's like you got, 2 regular season MVPs. Oh, baby! Shaden Sharp with the flush. Kaka! But, you got 2 regular season MVPs, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, and 2 Super Bowls, 1 loss to my Bucks. I'm proud of that one. We were the only team to be able to stop you guys. Okay. But, what a fantastic second half. And then Nick Bolton almost had 2. And it was funny too, because I was predicting some of the plays throughout the game. Like when the Kadarius Toney came down to the bottom of the screen, I called it before it even happened. I was like, he's going to score. They're going to go to Kadarius Toney. And then they went up and went back because I saw that play earlier in the year. And anytime Kadarius Toney is at the bottom of the screen, that should have been like, if I recognize that, why didn't the Eagles? You know what I mean? Like you got to be able to, and I always was like, okay, if I'm going to be, predicting plays, I always try to get in the head of the OC, right? Or the head coach. What would they do? And I'm trying to think like them. And I'm looking at the roster, and I thought, and I said it, I was like, they got to go to Kadarius Toney or like Sky Moore, because they're like 6th or 7th on the depth chart. No one is going to expect those guys to get the ball in the Super Bowl. They're going to think, Kelsey, Juju, maybe Pacheco, McKinnon, but it's kind of ballsy to go to those other guys. But we already know Toney is a touchdown machine. He played good before he got hurt. Sky Moore, is raw and young and a rookie, but again, they ran the same play to the opposite side after the big return, and then he scored. It's just, you just try to be able to, think like chess when everyone's checkers. And I think that's why I'm able to predict a lot of those things too, because I just try to do it how I would do it too. Like if I'm calling the plays, who would I go to? And it's just sometimes coincidentally, some of these OCs or head coaches are like, yeah, that would be perfect. Can't go here, but what if we go here? And they'll just never see it coming. And that's exactly what happened. So I don't think, there's some. Yeah, Beefy hasn't come back since the Buccaneers lost when he thought that they were going to go all the way. And I didn't want to argue with him, but he wanted to bet me $50 that the Bucs were going to go not only beat the Cowboys, but go all the way and win. And I said, no, we're not even going to win the first game. And I don't want to get into an argument. You know what I mean? I just try to, I was like, if you want to give me $50 for free, that's fine. But yeah, he hasn't showed up, but I imagine he will at some point, and like I said, it's not necessarily about being right or wrong, but it's like, that was an easy one to think that Tampa actually, we were the worst team in the playoffs just because we have Tom and we were bad all year, that we're just going to have magic somehow. Not going to happen. We were nowhere near what we were the previous 2 years. Oh, I bet you're doing great. You actually got to see, the Chiefs as an underdog, and to be able to have, the emotions where it looked like you were going to get blown out going into the second half. But who's really great at second half adjustments? Andy Reid and Bieniemy, and you couldn't have played a better second half. Yeah. People do it too. I think some people, maybe they try to do it for clout, because they're going to get like tweets and they're going to get views. And then other people are just fucking in the moment and they're hotheads. I just never, seen the logic of that. 109-86 Blazers. Right. But it didn't end up costing them. And remember at the beginning of the year where we talked, where Butker was hurt, and we said that if Butker gets back healthy, the Chiefs are going to need him possibly to kick the game-winning field goal in the AFC Championship or the Super Bowl. And lo and behold, it was him. So even though there was the doink first one, it didn't hurt them. So yeah. And then, for all of the haters that are doing like referee that have like Chief colors and they're trying to say that Mahomes and the Chiefs already get bailed out all the time and whatnot. And there's like a narrative, and whatnot. Yeah. The penalty was very suspect. The player got interviewed after, said he grabbed once, grabbed and tugged again. Didn't think they would call it. They did. It wasn't really going to be catchable anyways, but they didn't call any penalties the whole game. And they called that one. That's why people are bitching. Right? I get it. But to counteract, if the Eagles just played good defense, then it wouldn't even been an issue. They would have won the Super Bowl. They wouldn't have given up the Kadarius Toney touchdown. They wouldn't have given up the Kadarius Toney long punt return to the 5, and they wouldn't have had Sky Moore score. And if those things don't happen, or even the fumble for the touchdown on Jalen Hurts, there were so many things that had to happen, for them to be able to get close, to be able to win. And again, like I've said it, even when the game was going on, Fletcher Cox, Josh Sweat, Hassan Reddick combined for 3 tackles total, 1 each. And they had 0 sack lunches, 0 picks on Mahomes, and Andrew Wiley and that offensive line. And I know the field was slippery and bad, but to not sack Mahomes or get a pick on Mahomes, and he was 7 touchdowns, no picks, kind of like a Joe Flacco year where he didn't throw any picks, you're going to lose. If you don't get pressure on Burrow or Mahomes, you're done. I mean, they gave up 3 touchdown passes. The Bucs gave up 0. So to compare the Eagles defense to the Bucs is not even child's play. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the Bucs in 2020, the Bucs in 2002, 85 Bears, 2000 Ravens, our defenses were on another level. You know what I mean? And so I thought the Eagle defense was going to step up, and I thought the O-line for the Chiefs might be suspect. The running game might be suspect. The O-line did fantastic, 10 out of 10, maybe 11 out of 10. The running game started off slow, but Pacheco, started to get some yards, and they ended up getting more yards than the Eagles, right? You know what I'm saying? And then obviously D-line got some pressure. Secondary really wasn't a liability. So a lot of the things that I thought could be a liability weren't. And the offensive line was the true MVP of that game. If they don't block and run block and pass block and give Pat time, they lose that game. So for me, I know Pat got the MVP, but the true MVP was that offensive line, in my opinion. So. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Cyberpunk in the building. What to do? Nice photo. Pat with the belt and the Lombardi. And that's why, when I see all these comments from haters of the Chiefs and Mahomes, with referees, with the Chief symbol, people talking shit. Yes, I understand that the penalty at the end was not ideal. You went from like one of the best games ever to most people's opinion, and then it got ruined by the particular penalty. Regardless if it would have happened to the Eagles or Chiefs, it's not ideal because you didn't call penalties all game. And then all of a sudden you have this one, right? But again, how do you counteract that? You fucking blow out the other team so there's no fucking referee type of instance to, have this happen. Just like the Bucs against the Chiefs and the Bucs against the Raiders. We blew them out. There's no referee bailing a team out or making a call that was questionable or whatnot. But again, if the Eagles play good defense, they're champions in the second half, but they didn't. They fumbled the bag on special teams. They fumbled the bag on defense. No sacks, no picks. That equals an L. So you just got to give Mahomes credit, Bieniemy and Andy Reid credit, and what Kadarius Toney did, that was huge. And some people can live with that, and some people can't. But I do think that the Eagles will be back. The Chiefs are, you have to come to the realization with the hate now. You guys are the New England Patriots, and that's not going to stop. So all the hate that Tom Brady got, you guys are going to get it even tenfold with Mahomes now. There's going to be a lot of people that hate on Mahomes just for the pure fact that they're jealous of him and how good he is. And then they just, you guys are going to be there in the AFC Championship game like every fucking year. You guys have been there 5 straight years. It's not going to end, unless there's a major injury. You're going to continue to win AFC Championship games, continue to win Super Bowls, and lose some, but you're just going to have to deal with it. But again, haters are going to hate. So. Yeah. But also, if you go back and watch the game, like on TV, there was a lot of holding calls that they didn't call that were very similar to that one right there. And so that's why people want to say scripted and bailing out Mahomes, bailing out the Chiefs, and coming up with all that stuff because they didn't really call a lot of penalties in that game. But if you go back and watch it, I don't know if anyone has gone back and watched the Super Bowl again. I usually watch it 2 or 3 times, once live, once a day or 2 later, and then maybe a week or 2 after that. I'll watch it again, either from the defensive perspective or the line perspective. And I watched it, and there was a lot of holding on the line for both teams. There was a lot of slipping, but a lot of holding that they didn't call. But the bottom line is if the special teams was better, The defense was better. The Eagles are champions, and you let them hang around. They played fantastic. They took advantage of your guys' mistakes, and it is what it is. Yeah. Well, also, too, when one team makes a play and then they have another one, sometimes it's like, you could tell it was kind of creepy, too, because I predicted before the game started, I said Jalen and Miles were going to fumble. And then they did, even though the Miles came back. But the act of fumbling happened. So I don't know how I predicted that. But like I said, there's just certain things that I was able to notice based on watching Chief games all year. Sometimes it's like formation, or if I see someone out of place, then I noticed that shit very, very quickly. Like when Kadarius Toney was at the bottom of the screen, instantly I knew he was getting the ball. But even with second potential TD, you guys still won. You gotta fumble for a touchdown in the Super Bowl. That never happens. You know what I'm saying? So, it really was nice because Nick Bolton got to shine. So it's kind of like Levante David, where it was like, you're always underrated. We know you're good, but not everyone really knows who you are. Now I think a majority of the fans know who Nick Bolton is. Still not like famous linebacker Nick Bolton, but I think he gained a peg of a little bit of, pub, that most people know who he is. So, yeah. But that's just kind of my 2 cents, with it. I understand from both sides, but the bottom line is, like, if you have an Eagle defense that's like the Niners and the Cowboys as a 10, and you don't get one sack lunch or one pick, you lost. Period. I don't even need to watch the game. Like if Mahomes is, and on top of that, if Mahomes has got like 3 tutties throwing, you're done. The chances are something happened, where you probably let them get close and maybe they pulled it out. And anytime you have Mahomes and Burrow, you're going to have a shot. You're not going to win every Super Bowl, but it shows you, even with, questions on the O-line and the running game, the D-line and the secondary, they made the proper adjustments. They had Uncle Mo on their side, and you have to realize that this is the best combo in sports for football, and this is the best combo in sports and football, period. So you got the best quarterback and tight end and the best head coach and play caller, there's going to be others that are going to go on the pecking order, but just the chemistry that they have, sometimes if there is weaknesses in other places on the team, they can try to cover those up, but they still need people to step up. And it just seemed like the Chief defense was more motivated. And I know everyone was slipping on that field. That field was terrible for a Super Bowl. Lots of cleats were changed and whatnot. But, like I said, if you're going to let a team hang around long enough, even if the other team's defense is better, right? If you let them hang around and you make big plays on defense, fumble for touchdown, big punt return, those will counteract some of the things that maybe happened in the first half. So, Chiefs Kingdom earned it. You know what I mean? They earned it, and the legacy continues. And like I said, this isn't going to be the last time that we're going to see both of these teams. We're going to probably see the Eagles in the Super Bowl again in the next 5 years. And hell, we might see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl next year or the year after. Sometimes you have to take a year off and then rebuild and go again. But I think it really was big for the legacy. 119-100 Blazers, 4 minutes left, because they didn't even have a year off after Tyreek left, and they won. So they totally changed their whole philosophy with going to Travis Kelce and Tyreek, and now going to everyone. So to me, out of all the Super Bowls and all the coaching jobs that I've seen, that ranks number one to me, based on, you had a philosophy. You had this guy that's the biggest game breaker in the NFL. He left to go for the money instead of staying for the legacy, which he should have, and they won without him. And they found a way to win and change their whole philosophy. And for me, that's number one. I've never seen that done before. And that puts Andy Reid and Bieniemy and Mahomes and Kelce in a whole nother category, on top of the other players actually feel involved. Noah Gray, Justin Watsons, these kind of guys, the Sky Moores, the Kadarius Toneys. You just never know where the football is going to go. And they were even more dangerous this year than, maybe the years before. We knew Tyreek could make a big play and go 80 yards for a touchdown. And this team was completely different than what they had before. It was like Mahomes to Kelce, big play. Mahomes to Tyreek, big play. Sometimes multiple big plays where Tyreek could score, 2 or 3 in a game. You don't got that anymore. but you got other guys that can, 5 or 6 that can supplement and get close to maybe what Tyreek would do stat wise, and it worked. So happens every year, though. It happens every year. You know what I mean? And like I said, it could have been the Eagles there, and then they could have called the penalties on the Chiefs, and then the Chiefs are going to be frustrated and mad, and the Eagles win. I mean, whatever side it happened to, I mean, it's just a part of football, unfortunately. You know what I mean? We don't want to have the refs dictate it. And the reason why it hurt more this time is that because the timeouts were gone and they were able to bleed the clock down from like a minute, all the way down to like 10 seconds. And essentially the game was over. You didn't give the other team, the Eagles, like 30, 45 seconds. So that way they could actually have a chance to tie or win the game. So essentially the game was over. It was like Hail Mary play. And, what is the chances of that happening? Less than 1%. So. Yeah. I mean, like, and Rihanna's pregnant. So, you know what I mean? It was, it's one of those things where most halftime shows don't live up to the past of like Prince or like Michael Jackson, or some of the older ones from back in the day. They're okay. They're always going to be like a 5 to a 7. Nothing spectacular, though. My buddy's just loving life right now, but the Blazers just killing it. I have to send him a Jonah Hill meme. Let's go. 119, 103. But, for being an underdog and not being favored, can you imagine if the Chiefs actually, upgrade Spags and, get a top 10 D one day? Then it's going to be like game over. It's like, how do you even compete? You know what I mean? And like I said, there's going to be pieces that are going to be moved and they're going to be on other teams, but the AFC, like I said, are going to have the Hall of Fame quarterbacks. The NFC are typically going to have the better defenses, but you still got to be able to score. Jalen would have gotten MVP. You know what I mean? If they just would have had a fucking defense in that game. But again, that's where the plays are made. You have to, have a clean game in the Super Bowl, and fumbling for a touchdown also was a part of what cost them. You know what I mean? Like if you give up a fumble for a touchdown or a pick six, the chance of you winning that game goes down like 30%. Like I said, when you have a big play like that, it definitely, it hinders your chance of being able to really gain momentum. And that was a killer. And then just the fact that the Miles Sanders fumble happened, even though they called it back, it kind of slowed their momentum in the Uncle Mo too. So. Yeah, people are going to hate on Mahomes and Chiefs, though. I mean, that's just going to how there's going to be toxic people, and there's going to be fans, that aren't even in the division. It all depends on, personal perspective. Everyone's going to have a perspective on it, and whatnot. And it's just kind of funny, too, because a lot of these people that are, complaining and whatnot at first were like, I hate Mahomes. And then they were deciding to bet with him because maybe they hated the Eagles more or whatnot. But people are hella fickle and whatnot, and there's a lot of jealousy too. So, they want to talk shit all they want, but if they had a chance to have Mahomes or Andy Reid or Bieniemy, you think that they wouldn't want that? Of course they would. Yeah, and like I said, for the refs not to get too involved with things, you just got to blow out the other team. You got to be up by 2 possessions or more, so that any hanky-panky or some bullshit, questionable shit happens, right? Then there's no controversy. You're still up. Whatever penalty happens, you get your points, and we're still up and we win. So it's not a factor. Yeah, but Holly enjoy the win. Cyber enjoy the win. Like I said, it was one of the best comebacks that I've ever seen. And again, like I said, legacy-wise, even if Mahomes and Andy Reid would have lost, it wouldn't have really hurt their legacy. Yeah, 1 win, 2 losses is not ideal, but it's not like Mahomes is going to be able to catch up and get to 2-2, 2 wins, 2 losses. You already know there's going to be other opportunities, but to not even have a year off from the Tyreek, like literally the next year, and then to show, it shows you if you have a good ownership, good GM, but it also helps when you have like the best coach, the best OC, best quarterback, best tight end, but you still need the O-line, the running game, and the defense still to make plays. And shout out to the O-line and Nick Bolton and Kadarius Toney. And like I said, it was a team effort, a team effort. And like I said, with the Eagles, I mean, how often did they give up? I mean, yes, I know when they played some good teams, they were giving up like 31, 32 points a game to some of the good teams. But, based on if the Eagles defense was really legit, like the Bucks or the Ravens or the Bears, then this would have not happened, right? Even a couple years ago, we held Mahomes to 0. You guys gave up 3 touchdowns and a lot of bullshit. So, I mean, it really shows you like how many Hall of Fame players are truly on the Eagle defense right now compared to the other teams that, had better defenses, even the Rams D. It shows you like you got to have those players step up. And Fletcher Cox, Josh Sweat, and Hassan Reddick, 1 tackle each. That's not going to cut it. Not in the fucking Super Bowl. But again, Andrew Wiley and that offensive line, Orlando Brown, all of them, no sack lunches given. That was so impressive to me. I mean, shit, if Joe Flacco can go for, like 11 touchdowns, no picks, and he's nowhere near being a Mahomes, if he's nowhere near being a Mahomes, I mean, what do you think is going to happen if Mahomes has got 7 touchdowns, no picks in the postseason? Chances are you're not winning. So. Yeah. Yeah, but again, you don't really hear anyone talking about it. Everyone's just talking Mahomes or they're talking about the call. But I mean, anyone that watched that game or can break down film, that is the single reason why the Chiefs won the game. Yeah, the Kadarius Toney thing was cool. Yeah, the return was awesome. That was a big part of it. Sky Moore, but you got to think throughout that whole game, if Mahomes is on his back, or getting sacked or getting touched, deflected passes, this game is, the Chiefs don't win. You know what I mean? You didn't get a pick. You didn't get a tipped pick. You didn't get any pressure. And even there was the runs at the end of the second half where he was running away from the defense. I mean, I'm convinced that, he might be a robot. He might have like steel legs or something in there because, I mean, there were certain runs where I was like, wow. Like he was hobbling in that game too. And normally when you have a high ankle sprain, right, you're out for like 4 to 6 weeks. And so, yes, I know he has like massage therapy, cryo, he's got the female, sport conditioner that, helped and, get him ready and everything with their training staff and everything. So he's going to have the best medicine, the best drug, the best massage technique, the best cryo, the best everything, but even with that being said, it's been a hell of a performance for him in the playoffs being hurt. How many quarterbacks could play that good with that type of injury? So, whether you want to say that the Chiefs are being catered to, well, that's what they said about the fucking Patriots, and Tom Brady. And now you just have to come to the realization that the Tom Brady Patriots are now the Mahomes Chiefs, and the hate is just not going to stop. It's just never going to end. And the Chiefs are going to continue to get there. It's going to piss people off. They're going to say, can we get another team? Kind of like Alabama in football and college. And, they're going to continue to have that success. Now, we know Travis Kelce's getting older. Andy Reid. We'll have to see how much, longer that he stays. But I would assume as long as they can keep the core, Andy's going to stick it out for as long as he can, especially if they're going to the AFC Championship game every year. So it's like you're almost going to the Super Bowl every year, every other year. So. Final score, Blazers 127, Lakers 115. My boy. Blazers win. Blazers win. Blazers win. Thibault. 40 points for Lillard tonight. Is it Lillard time? Apparently it is. 40 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds, 8 for 14 from deep. Anthony Simons with 14, Thibault with 14, Shaden Sharp with 15, 127 to 115. And then for the Lakers, Anthony Davis, second highest on the team with 19 points, but 20 rebounds. Wow. Unbelievable. But they just needed a little bit more. D'Angelo Russell gave him 16, and Malik Beasley led the team with 22, unbelievably. Let's look at the team stats, because that's what I want to look at for Dame time. 3-point shooting. Lakers 12 for 37. Blazers 23 for 47. That'll do it. Dame time, baby. Dame time. Let's go. Awesome. All right. I think we can leave the NBA studio. We can go somewhere that's a little bit more pleasing to the eye. Yeah, well, you got to think when we ended up having, all the 10 threes in the first quarter, bro, I was like, we're going to beat you guys. I was like, we've never done that before. And then they had 17 at half. That was a Blazer record. So, I mean, if we didn't shoot that well, yeah, you guys would have definitely came back and maybe would have won. So, awesome. All right, we're at the 2 hour and thank you, Mike. Appreciate you. Oh, I did. It got me again. It got me with the lipstick again because it has it in the first spot. Tried to do the heart, but it's Valentine's Day, so they got all these like lipstick, rose. Can I just get the traditional thumb up to say thank you on the Cash App as the reply, or the heart? Of course not. And then so that happened again, but I appreciate you. At some point, I'll try to get it right. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you, Mike. Mike is stepping up and helping us out. We're supposed to get some snow tonight, a little dusting to an inch. So I was going to take Paisley to get her nails trimmed and dremeled tomorrow and give her a bath myself with like 5 shampoos. So I'm excited to take care of her and do that and probably get her a treat and whatnot. So hopefully we don't really have a whole lot. The groomer place is closed on Mondays. So shit, I don't know, man. I mean, the romance must be in the air, I guess, I mean, I guess so. $20 holla. If I reply with a rose or a lipstick kiss on the Cash App, my bad. They changed the replies around. Bang, bang. Appreciate you, Mike. Very, very much. What do you want to see for photos? I got you. I appreciate you. I know. It's the second one now. Now we're going on like our second date now. We already had the one dono go in. I tried to do it right. See, I got heart and then now lipstick. What am I doing? Lots of love tonight, I guess, huh? $70. Let's get to $100. Let's do it. And Sarah was in here earlier, but she had to leave. Did she leave before Holly came in? I think she did. And then she had to go to get some sleep to go to work. I'm not sure if she's working at the business or at home. She had a half day today, but it sounds like she likes it. And I just hope that this is a good fit because, like I said, if you're sick or you got back problems and they don't have like a good PTO system or you get sick or injured within the first month, a lot of companies will just say bye, even if you have a legitimate note and whatnot, which sucks. But hope things work out for a lot of y'all. Like I said, it's been tough here in 2023, but I'm hoping for the best for everybody. What do we want to do for pictures? Alabama is number 1 in college basketball. What the hell is going on? Alabama is normally number 1 in football, but now it's Georgia. but Alabama will be back. And now they're number one in basketball. Unbelievable. And I will be getting into March Madness here shortly too. So final score, Blazers 127, Lakers 115. Do you want to do some Slayer? Or Metallica or Grateful Dead? I'm just going to start doing a couple, and then you can let me know. I got to delete some of these other photos, but let's go through some of the basketball photos that I have before I delete. So Dame time, Dame in some kind of dusty environment, Dame with the white, Anthony and Dame, Anthony with the three, Anthony with the layup, Anthony Davis and LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Lightning Davis, Headband Davis, white jersey Anthony, Schroeder again, D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, and then we're here with Alabama. That's a cool photo. All right, let me delete these. And then whatever you guys want to do here from here on out, we got probably another hour, and like hour and 5 minutes, and then we'll call it a stream because I got to end it at that time because I probably have to go to the store. I think I need to get a body wash, especially if we're getting close to the end. I got to get some of the good smelling kind. So your boy is going to have to get the Dove body wash with the nice smelly flavor. So we'll go until 10:30, I think, my time, and then we'll call it a day. So let me know what you guys want to see, and I got you. $30. There we go. We got Matt and Jameson stepping up right now for Sarah. I appreciate the two of you. Yeah, the fucking lipstick emoji. I guess that's what it is, It's the first one, so I'm just used to for my thumb going there to say thank you. And then, instead of doing a heart, I'd rather do a thumb up instead of a heart response for guy or girl, but that's just the default, and apparently just lipstick for everyone. All right. Well, if it's everyone else's choice in the meantime, I want to throw up a couple of your favorites just because. So we're going to I'm going to do a little Grateful Dead. I'll try to get a good one. Then I'm going to do Slayer. And then maybe Alabama or something. Got to get you a really classic black and white Grateful Dead. I need to do like photos and videos of my dad's house so I can show you guys like the hippie room. There's like high school kids that have it's like legend. Like there's no white on the walls. It's like lava lamps, blown up posters from the country fair and tickets, on a wall covered. Like literally and it's like movie posters, concert tickets, concert memorabilia. Like it's a very unique room. And then from the ceiling, there's like things that are hanging down like UFO, Pee Wee Herman, all kinds of stuff from like the 50s and 60s, different eras, but there's just stuff everywhere in the room. And then he also in the back has got his Dodger man cave where he's got all his autographed baseballs, autographed PSA photos, black and white, color from like the 50s to current. And then on top of that, cards and photographs and all kinds of crazy stuff. It's very cool. And my dad doesn't collect anything besides Dodger stuff, so. UConn. Wow. That's crazy. I'll get you some Kyle Busch, too. We got to do Kyle for you. Nice Grateful Dead. Get you a Slayer. Slayer! But yeah, 2 walks today. I normally don't go on 2 walks, but it felt good. But it also gives me a chance to smoke pre-rolls while I walk too, so that's a part of it also. Slayer! Let's go, baby. What are we talking here with 24? We're not talking Jeff Gordon, are we? Got to get you some Kyle Busch. I can't wait for Daytona. Oh my God. And we get a WWE pay-per-view on Saturday, and then we get the Daytona 500 on Sunday. That's going to be one of the best weekends for me all year. That's going to be so sweet. So excited, so stoked. And I'll start the stream early on that one too. I mean, it'll probably take me an hour and a half to prep with the photos of the drivers and stuff of the cars. And I'll try to get some new ones this year too. But yeah, I'm super, I probably will do something special for it. Like maybe I'll get like, I don't know, maybe I'll get like ribs or something. Like there was that like sampler platter from that one place that I was going to get that had like the onion strings, and it had like the catfish like that was fried, and then it had like ribs and riblets, and I was like, oh, it was like $33 or something, but I was like, who cares? It had enough food for two people, but I know I could just like nibble on a little bit here, a little bit there. But Miller on Bama. Oh, we're talking Brandon Miller. I got you. I'm learning. You know, like I said, if there's a new thing in town, Alabama Crimson Tide basketball is number one in the world right now. Not football, but basketball. It's going to take me a minute to memorize the names and memorize the pieces. But that's the guy who was dunking, the Brandon Miller. I gotcha. That's this guy. Gotcha. Boom. There he is. I'll remember that name. And there's an Alabama Christian Miller, but I don't know if they're related. I don't think so. I don't know, but about Brandon Miller in general, but he's got some incredible photos of him like dunking and like action shots. Like this one is awesome right here. And then look at this one. Oh, okay. Love it. Very crispy photos too. Oh, what time does that start? Like, what time does all the qualifying stuff start? Yes, please. I mean, I'm going to be streaming every day. So, I mean, if there is something that's worth watching, yeah, I mean, as long as it's after 5 p.m. Pacific time, then I can hop on at any point. But if it's before 5, it just depends on my the GF's work schedule. Sometimes she'll get done early at 3:30, sometimes 4. But usually the earliest I hop in is 5. So. Oh, I can't wait. We're going to have a lot of fun. And hopefully we get good views. I'm probably going to pay Johnny for a thumb, even if I make one on my own, but I just probably will have him make me one. And then hopefully that'll draw some more people. And instead of getting a bunch of looky-loos, on YouTube and Twitter, hopefully we'll get some people to fucking sub instead of just watching all year. Just like, if you like what you're seeing, help me out here, and hopefully we'll get some people on the NASCAR and baseball side to help us get over 20,000. Because obviously it's not going to be on the football side unless they promote me. But I do think that we have a chance to grow on the baseball and the NASCAR side. It's just, you got to be able to, and there's less saturation. So there's not a lot of people doing baseball or doing NASCAR, which is good for me. I need to be able to break through somehow. So. And I really do enjoy doing those two things. Like I really honestly, I love wrestling and I love football, but sometimes I like NASCAR and baseball sometimes just as much or more. I mean, normally it's football and wrestling at the top, but I mean, football's over. I have to transition. Wrestling is always a part of my weekly routine, but I mean, NASCAR, I think might be my top favorite thing, top favorite new thing that I was hyped about like 15 years ago, and I'm back on it now, which is cool. And obviously the success the Mariners had, that's awesome. So obviously, my Julio fandom is on an all-time high. I have to get a bobblehead of him this year. And yeah. And then in NASCAR, I got to get some Chase material. Maybe get like a Chase racing suit, Chase bobblehead, something Chase related. So for sure. Yes, please do. Or message me on like Twitter or Instagram or anything. But yeah, I'll be on here almost every day. But normally I'll start the stream at like 6 or 7 p.m. unless there's a specific good game on. But like I said, with a lot of these NBA games, I'm just trying to be able to do filler content so that way people on Twitter can see me on there. And I said I'm in the process of getting verified through Twitter, which for most people it doesn't matter. But if you're you own your own channel or business, even having that blue check mark might be able to, from not having it to having it, that could end up getting me a few more people, just to sub to me just based on having that. So hopefully everything goes smoothly with that. And then I'll be verified on that. And then the next step is trying to get verified like on Instagram or Facebook, but I don't really care that much about those. I mean, Twitter and YouTube are my favorite two apps to use anyways. And those are the ones I use every day. So, I mean, if I can get verified first on Twitter and then eventually on YouTube, that'll be the goal. So you're going to do pizza? I think I'm going to do something special like ribs or riblets or chicken fingers or catfish fried fingers and stuff. Like there's going to be like Dave's has some stuff, but I brought it up here. Let me see if I can find it again. Chicken. Let me see what it is. Chicken. Is it Dave's? I think it's Dave's. Is it Dave's? No, not Dave's. Keep going. It's not Dave's. It is. Where are you? Dickie's. It's Little Dickie's barbecue pit. I think it's that. It's not letting me. It's because it's not open right now. Yeah, but I think it's that one. It's got the sampler platter for like $33, and it's got like 6 items. A little bit of everything on there, and I was like, ooh. But obviously, I could also do like the 2 proteins, like the meats, like ribs, riblets, and stuff, and then something else like pulled pork type stuff. So I'll decide, but I think that's what I'm going to do. I want to do something special for the 500. So qualifying is 8:15 p.m. Thursday duels 7 p.m. Saturday practice. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. Heck yeah. I mean, obviously, I can always have another event. I mean, I probably won't label the stream NASCAR Daytona 500 practice. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I imagine some people would watch with me and whatnot, but I know it's not going to be for everyone. Not everyone that's a NASCAR fan likes the build up to the races. But again, some people watch the lower divisions or the trucks, and some people don't. Some people are going to watch Xfinity and the other stuff, and some people won't. So, and then Friday at 5:30. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, every day. Awesome. Good. Do it, dude. Do it. I mean, like I said, you normally always go, and we want to make sure your health is okay. Dude, just go all out with the food. You know what I mean? Roast the hog. Get some good food, and we're going to hang out. We're going to have a great time. We're going to be locked and loaded for like 4 or 5 hours, and I think it'll be a good opportunity. And like I said, I'm going to have great photos. We're going to have great coverage. And like I said, I'm excited. Like I said, it's going to be something unique and different, and hopefully we'll be able to grow on the NASCAR side. So, and I love it. It's not like I'm faking it and like I'm pretending to love NASCAR and baseball. Like, no, I truly do enjoy it and love it. And I love to learn from people that have been consistently watching it for the last 15 years, and it can get me up to speed. But as you know, it didn't take me very long, I feel, to get up to speed. I mean, like I said, after I was done with like the first race or two, I felt pretty comfortable. I still needed to learn pronunciation, pit crews, crew chiefs, spotters, based off like branding and sponsorship. Because I like all aspects of the NASCAR. It's not just the driver. It's not just the car. It's the sponsorship. It's the history. It's the nostalgia. I like looking at the team, the pit crew, the tire changer. I'm weird. I know some of you guys are the same, but I like everything, about it. If it's like just the speed and the history, it's just, I feel like a lot of people, it's just a redneck thing. It really isn't, and there's a lot of people that are black, white, Asian, Mexican that maybe don't fall into that. Like, this guy is a NASCAR guy or NASCAR girl. But now I feel that it's starting to get a little bit more exposure. You're getting crossover events with WWE to try to promote it. And I feel that like it's starting to grow a little bit more with the younger generation. It still won't be considered cool unless you're like a car guy or a car girl, but who cares? You know what I mean? We want true, passionate fans, and the ones that are passionate, they're just like football fans or wrestling fans. They're diehards. They buy the merch. They represent their drivers, and I fucking love that. I really do. I love it. I'm glad that you're invested. Just like Mike has been watching it for like 50 plus years, you know? And like I said, anyone, you, Riggs, Mike, and we have a few others. I mean, I'm always going to get information from y'all. Sarah watches it. So, and we got some people that, I mean, and like I said, when I didn't start it before, I just didn't know if I would have anyone that would watch it with me. And a big part of it is like, you can be this big fan, but you may not have any of your friends in your circle that enjoy it too. But if you can go somewhere like here, where we can watch it together, it makes it more exciting. You know, you might not be able to stay with me the whole race, but just to be able to chime in or hop in at the end or whatever, and we can go over the pictures and just discuss. And I'm excited. I mean, I haven't really been this excited in NASCAR, but the last year was an eye-opener for me, and it was one of the things that I think I enjoyed the most of all last year was doing NASCAR and really, you know, knowing it was going to be a challenge. But like I said, I feel if I do enough reading and I do enough film study and I have knowledgeable people like some of you that are in the room, like Brittany and Mike and a few others, then I know I got it. Like I don't get overwhelmed too much. I just need to put in the effort so that way I don't sound like an idiot. But again, remember, this is not my first time. I used to watch it for like a 10-year gap in a row, you know, where it was like 10 or 15 years. I was pretty hardcore on it. Then I took about 10 years off. And then now I'm back again, and now I'm going to watch until I'm dead. So I'm so invested in NASCAR, I'm never going to stop watching ever again. Because now I know I got you guys, and it's exciting. And there is potential to be able to get my name out there with the branding of it. You know, it's like, you know, some people that may know me, they're like, oh, there's no way that this guy likes NASCAR. But I really, really do. I mean, I prefer NASCAR over NBA. I prefer NASCAR over NHL, NASCAR over a lot of things. So. Oh, see, that's something I didn't know. I know they're going to talk about it. Are they going to do not like NFL, but do they have a NASCAR 75th anniversary patch that the drivers are going to wear on their racing suits? That would be cool. I don't know if they have like some kind of special NASCAR 75 like logo thing, but I hope they do. That would be cool. Yeah. Well, again, once you have a favorite driver or team, that helps too. Just like with sports, you know, once you have a favorite player or team, it's much easier to follow. But if you're just like, you don't know any of the sponsors, you don't know any of the drivers, you're like, oh, all they do is go turn left. Well, you don't understand then. There's so many little things inside of the strategy that are involved. You know, you just get the ignorant people that all they do is turn left. You know, I'll tell you what, all them turning left, I would rather watch that than watch NBA or college hoops. And that's a lot more action back and forth. So that's facts. All right, let me get you some more Kyle, bro. Me going on a rant on how much I love NASCAR, and I know some of y'all do too. And like I said, I always have to be honest and real with all my intentions. And, you know, like I said, if I love something, I don't love something, if it's filler content or if it's really a part of who I am. And I mean, I can go to the other room and I could show you some of the stuff that I have, you know, the Napa know-how, you know, and I got this really nice painting drawing that was done out of like, you know, certain pencils. And it's, I need to go get it framed at the shop. And it's Dale Earnhardt and Richard Petty. And it's got all the championships there. And the art is so good that Dale Earnhardt has the stunner shades and you can see his eyes underneath the stunner shades in the drawing. It is epic. And it's been in a tube for 20 years and I haven't got it framed. And when I bought it, it was expensive. You know, it was like $100 to $200 piece as a drawing. It was a limited edition drawing, but it's like incredible. I hope it's not ruined. It's been in the tube all that time, but I should take it out and get it framed and then show it to you guys. It's incredible. Oh, okay. 75th anniversary logo. Awesome. Awesome. I can't wait. Can't wait. And I still need to get myself the Chase autograph. Die-cast car will be a goal. Autograph card will be a goal. Helmet or racing suit replica will be a goal. Something, you know, but I got a Chase bobblehead. I mean, I got to get something. And I know once I get one thing, I mean, I'll get others. Like one thing, you know, will lead to another, you know, and if I know that you guys love something, then I'll probably end up having, you know, other stuff here as well. So It'll probably be like a Chase Elliott, and then Kyle Larson, maybe some old stuff of Dale Earnhardt, Dale Jr., and then even maybe some other drivers that you guys like a Kyle Busch. Maybe I'll just add one of those just to have it on the desk for representation and whatnot. So.
But it is what it is, you know, and we make moves for a reason. You know, with those two guys, we believe in them. But we just got all you know, we put them in positions out there, and it's not like they're rookies that haven't played. You know, they played before.
All right, we got another, let's see, 45 minutes to go, roughly.
It's a trial and error period out there, but we just got to all go through it together. Yeah. You know, the funny thing about that, to be honest with you, is he's man to man. He plays like a zone. So basically, in your zone, you have area. You know, this is my room. You stay in the room. Everybody's in the room.
Bushy McBush race.
He plays his man to man like that. You know, he's guarding you. He's guarding everybody close.
That's one thing I am going to miss is the colors on the M&M paint job. It was always one of the brightest, most colorful, eye-grabbing cars every week. I am going to miss that. You know, but now we have to transition, obviously, with new color, new number. But I know he'll be motivated. I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle ends up being a top 10 driver this year, maybe even top 5. It's going to be exciting.
The way he blocks, there's not a lot of guys in the league that block jump shots.
Trying to get some more here for Mike.
Ground that he makes up,
We'll throw up some Chase as well
to be able to impact
for Brittany.
those plays. Huh? Of course, man. Of course it was. I mean, came into the locker room, said we've been here before. You know, I thought we lost that game because we started playing not to lose instead of just play to win. You know,
But the best car out of them all, Napa know-how. And it's not even close. I'm a big Napa guy. And I should show you. I got the fucking Michael Waltrip Napa know-how like signage, you know, like when they go to the pit and they have like the number on the flag. I actually have one of those. It's in the other room. It's fucking in the closet. It's a big one too. My buddy got it. My old boss got it for me when he went to Vegas. You know, because I definitely could have got like a Budweiser, like Dale Earnhardt, like 8 or 88 at that time. But I was like, no, give me the Napa, give me the Michael Waltrip, because like I said, I loved, you know, the teammates, you know, and it was Michael Waltrip and, you know, DEI, and then they had Martin Truex Jr. was like a baby back then, and look where he is now. He got the first win this year, which is awesome. But I got a lot of Napa stuff. I'm just a Napa guy. I don't go to Napa often, but every time I try to go in there and find Chase stuff, but they usually don't have shit. But if they did, I would be buying shit from there a lot. And hopefully I can get an autograph as nice as the one that they ended up sending to fucking like North Carolina and some kind of I don't know, P.O. box. Like, I don't even understand how that happens when I live in Oregon.
Slowly finding a rhythm, as Coach talked about, the areas on the floor where he can get comfortable and be comfortable, and players are finding it.
One of the things that comes with depth is precision. You know, you look around and realize there's only so many minutes, and the best of you comes out. I think that with Shaken Sharp, in addition to the experience that he has,
Oh, nice.
there's less pressure.
Oh, I hope you do. I swear, if I was rich, you know what I mean? I'd fly all the way out there and we go to a race together. It would be awesome. I'd love to be able to go to the East Coast or the South, like go fly to Mike, go fly to you, or go fly to, I mean, I can always see the stuff like in the Midwest as well. But I mean, you know, obviously I'm not rich and I'm not able to do that, but I would love to be able to, you know, actually watch races with people that truly love it and enjoy it. It'd be a fun experience. I mean, like my bucket list at some point is if I can get like rich, you know, to rent one of those like RVs and it be in the middle of the track and be on the top of the RV with a fucking cooler and there's like a, you know, lawn chair type thing and just lay back while the cars are going. And, you know, people got the grill down there, throw me some chicken or a burger or hot dog, and we're just chilling and just drinking and hanging out and watching the race. That is definitely on my bucket list. And that is awesome. I don't have one yet, but I will buy one. Dale Jr. I'm a big Dale Jr. guy too. I have so much memorabilia of Dale and Dale Jr. But like I said, I had the Dale and the Richard Petty, thing. I got, some of the McFarlanes. Like if you go back on eBay and you look up, McFarlane, Dale Jr., and you just look up the figure, they made action figures like 6-7 inch, like big figures in the package, like they did of basketball, baseball, and football, but they did NASCAR for like a year or two, not for a long time. And I got a lot of them back then, and they had like chase figures, rare ones that you could get. Like one is, this scheme, and it's like I had the Dale Jr. Oreo where he was like sponsored by Oreo in the blue, and then I had like the red one with like the Budweiser, and I have like really cool things where it's like miniature Coca-Cola. It looks like a Coca-Cola machine. It's metal and it's a miniature. And on the front of it, it has Dale Jr. and Dale Sr. when they had like the polar bear Coca-Cola scheme, like back in the day where they did the Coca-Cola polar bear commercials in Christmas time, right? And you can open up the little tin and there's like a little Hot Wheel of the car of that year. So I'm always looking for rare and weird things like that. But those are probably going to go on my desk once I find them. I got one Coke machine that's a miniature, a metal that opens up. And that's Dale Jr. And then I have the Dale Sr. because, of course, I'm going to buy both. But I like things like that, weird, rare, just off-the-wall type of stuff. And what a cool idea, for the 10, to look like the Coke machine with the buttons and everything. And then you open it up and it's got the car in there in the inside. And obviously, I haven't played around with it or whatever. I've kept it in the box, but it's very, very cool.
I think the number one thing is just
okay.
That's a mentality because I'm not going out there.
No. And I know some of the paint jobs are going to be disgusting. It's just going to be like these sponsors. It's going to look like shit, but if they stick with the traditional Napa know-how, right? With the blue and the yellow and the white, then the E-Race is always better in those anyways. Anytime they do these gimmick ones, he usually doesn't win, at least the ones that I've seen. So. Oh, I bet. And then they're going to be doing road races. And then they're doing the race like in Chicago, like in the streets or whatever, right? Is that this year or is that next year where they're doing like they're going to have to like rope off in like certain neighborhood, or it's like, in the business district. And they're going to, I was like, that's going to be kind of crazy to be able to think that they're just going to be like in the middle of like streets that are blocked off, and you could be like in a coffee shop or like on a roof and you could see the cars going by. How epic would that be? Hopefully there's no like huge wrecks. Can you imagine like cars? I mean, they're going to have barriers, but imagine like a car wrecking and flipping into a business or something. I mean, they're probably going to have the proper precautions of whatnot, like, the barriers and whatnot, so they don't crash and whatnot. But yeah, I'm excited about it. Let me see here. Trying to see if there's anything I can watch. X Games, 30 for 30. I hate Christian Laettner. NFL Live. No, thank you. It's very hard to watch NFL sports talk anymore. It's just so crappy. MLB Tonight. NFL Honors. Fuck, is there nothing on? I guess I got to go to cartoons or something else I have on the DVR. All right, what else do I got? What do I got here? Alert, Missing Persons Unit. I like that show. Monday Night Raw, The Neighborhood, Simpsons, King of the Hill. Well, I guess I could start Monday Night Raw since I'm just chilling right now. We got about 42 more minutes. Chicago, yeah. I'm excited. And I'm excited for the road courses too.
I'll see you here, Chief.
Yeah, maybe we'll get some new people too to join that'll be regulars with us for NASCAR. I hope we do. I mean, we got cool people. We got knowledgeable people. We're going to have fire photos. I'm gonna grind it out. So you smell what Chase Elliott is cooking. Oh, really? That's crazy. Yeah, but I'm glad football's over now, so I can just have my whole focus on NASCAR and baseball once baseball rolls up. I mean, I'll still do wrestling and basketball and whatnot, but which one? This one? You like that? I mean, I like a lot of this, the modified designs, the traditional designs. I mean, it's cool to mix it up a little bit. But I feel like, anytime Chase gets something that's more traditional like that, that's when he races the best. It's like, this feels right. This is me, All right, Becky Lynch is first out here. And then when you have that design, and then I also like this design too. So you have like the car being mostly white like that with a little bit of blue in the Napa hood. I like that. But then I also like this. This is a sexy look, I think too. That looks good. You know what I mean? Like it's like majority blue, but I was like, ooh, that's a good look. It's a very stylish look. All right, let's look at some greatness. Let's look at some Chase and Bill. I like that though. That looks good. Yes. 200. Yeah. Napa know-how. I should go show you that old signage that I have. It's from like Vegas race from like, I don't know when, 2000 something. I don't even know what it's from, but it's very cool. I should go grab it real quick. Give me a second. I'm going to go grab it. I'll show you.
As it felt to beat Bailey in that steel cage last week, and it felt great. And big shout out to Lita for having my back. All right, I have to take it out of this big ass bag. That's a legend right there. And she forgave me, it was a bit of a weirdo last year to her. But let's let bygones be bygones. Over the course of the week, I realized that my path to WrestleMania was no longer clear. That I had been so distracted by those damage control fools that I lost sight of the thing that is the most important to me in this business, and that is the Women's Championship. And so, if it's one thing I love to do, it's fucking massive. I gotta put it back. I'll be back. We are less than a week away from Elimination Chamber, and Adam Pearce, this brings me to you. If it's one thing you love to do, it's up the ante and make some fights. So I'm presenting you with an opportunity. I am giving you the opportunity to let me fight my way into that Elimination Chamber right here tonight. What do you say? you pulled last week, then you're a bigger idiot than all of these idiots. Because you didn't finish nothing last week. That so-called Hall of Famer had to do it for you. No, Lena took care of your girl so that I could take care of you. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, I'm here to talk to Adam real quick because I think you need to scrap what happened last week in that cage match from the record books. Uninvite Lena from all of that.
All right, I just found that tube too, but I don't want to put my dusty fingers on it and stuff. I need to go get it framed or whatever. But I did find the Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt artwork piece. It's from North Carolina, and like I said, it's been in the tube for I don't know how long, 20, 22, 23 years, something like that. So yeah, I bet. I have a lot of stuff. You got to think I'm 40 years old. I've been collecting professionally for like 35 years. Like most of my stuff is in the package. Like all my stuff is bagged. Most of my stuff is like in the package, in the box. Like I don't really have a lot out of the package and whatnot. But I mean, if I could have my own man cave, like I used to have my stuff like on the walls, and I literally could probably fill up every wall in every room and any apartment or any condo or house that I was in. Like if I just wanted to start putting my magazines, like my Sports Illustrateds, my starting lineups, like all my figures and shelving. I mean, I definitely could fill up a pretty big man cave with a lot of stuff. So, but pretty cool, right? That thing was like, and that's actually from the Las Vegas race. I probably should have got, Dale Jr. or whatever. I don't think they had Dale Earnhardt wasn't available or whatever, because it was like who was racing. But, I've always, represented Dale Jr. and Michael Waltrip. And I was like, you know what, give me Michael Waltrip. Give me the Napa. I'm a Napa guy. Let's do that. And it's a cool item. Like I said, because you don't even have to be a Michael Waltrip guy. You could be a Chase guy, or you could just be a Napa guy. But it's pretty heavy duty. It's not metal. It's more of like a hard plastic, but I'm not really sure how much that cost at the event, but it was a nice gift for my old boss. So it's a cool item. I mean, like I said, if I had room, I could just have, I would try to get a couple. I would get that since I have that one. Then I would have to go back and try to get like a Dale Jr. to have them next to each other. And then maybe like so I'd have Waltrip, I'd have Dale Jr., and then maybe like a Dale Sr. one would be cool. But,
What do you say?
all right, we got about 28 minutes to go. Let me know what you guys want to see here for the last. If you want me to keep going down like NASCAR memorabilia, we can go down that route. Whatever you guys want. I don't mind. Like I said, we got 30 minutes, so we can make it the best 30 minutes. And if that just means some of us talking NASCAR, the basketball game's over. I don't really have a purpose to talk about anything basketball related. I'd rather talk about NASCAR, or we have Daytona 500 coming up. Football's over, so I would assume most of the conversation will be football related. Who someone got screwed or this or that, or we can go here. So yeah, and it just sucks that the Michael Waltrip ended up winning the Daytona 500, but then it fucking Dale died. It's like, yeah, you won the race, but then fucking that was always hanging over him too. And I know that was a very difficult time. Michael Waltrip was always decent, but never good. He was decent, he sometimes would be up there, but most of the time he wouldn't win. And then finally he, starts to get a little bit of shine, and obviously never as good as, Darrell. And then lo and behold, fucking Dale died. And yeah, wrestling, NASCAR was not the same for me after that. That was difficult. I know it wasn't just for me, but because Dale was always my favorite. Always, always, always. And a big part of me following Dale Jr. is because of the dad, even though I knew that he wouldn't be as good as his dad, but still. Yeah, and then they had Dale Jr. pushing him.
This Saturday at Elimination fan yourself, that Rhea Ripley would team up to take on Edge and Beth Phoenix in a mixed tag team match. Well, you did.
Yeah, but obviously, if I didn't like Napa as much as I did, and like that combo, I wouldn't have bought like, you know, little die-cast miniatures of like Michael Waltrip or the little Hot Wheels. You know what I mean? I just like Napa, and this is what was, you know, out there at that time, and it's just awesome now that they got someone that as legit could be, you know, is the face of NASCAR, and it's just awesome that he's rocking the Napa. I've always thought that paint scheme was always the coolest, you know, and now they actually have a driver to match it. And, because obviously Waltrip is not the same as a Chase Elliott, not even close. But I told y'all, man, like I got a lot of that old stuff. Yeah, I was like, this guy's just getting into NASCAR. You know, I got a lot of stuff like that Jeff Gordon autograph and some of the other things I got. So
We got the Street Profits. They want the smoke. Tonight, they're going to get rolled up
nice.
and smoked up.
I'm just glad I have people like y'all that can really appreciate and love it as much as me. That's what makes it the best. That you guys are just as juiced for it as me, if not more. I mean, shit, I'm ready for it right now. I can't wait. I think the pre-rolls are calling my name pretty soon. Your boy needs the pre-rolls.
In flying form here tonight, but if anyone can dampen the mood, it is Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and the Judgment Day. They'll go up against the Street Profits from the Barclays Center next on Raw. You see the opportunity of a lifetime.
Yeah. I'm so jealous of you guys. Jameson, have you been to a race before? Am I the only one that hasn't been to a race? I feel like an idiot. I need to go. Like everyone's gone to a race, at least one. But I mean, I guess like the closest one would be like California or Vegas. But I mean, it's going to be very hard for anything to beat this for me ever. I mean, obviously my love for Chase and, and obviously Dale Jr. and, but this will always be, this is like Ken Griffey Jr. to me. And then Chase Elliott is like Julio. So it's like, going from the old school and then something new. So it's exciting for me. You know what I mean? Because Julio is really exciting. And that's the same kind of vibe I feel with Chase. But like the OG, the Ken Griffey Jr. to me, the Dale Earnhardt, I mean, nothing will ever top this ever. Ever, ever, ever. And maybe I should go get that. That artwork framed. You guys would be like, whoa, as long as it's not ruined. It's very cool. It's one of the coolest pieces that I own with my NASCAR stuff. Should have fucking framed it years ago. And I love Dale with like the stunner shades and just the swagger. You know what I mean? Like he made that look with the glasses. Like he did that before anyone else. That was just him. And he was kind of known for that look with the shades and everything, and just that swagger, the designer shades. And I don't know, man. He was just built different. He was just built different, and there's a reason why they called him the Intimidator. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen anyone drive better in my time period. I know there's others before him, and Richard Petty and whatnot, and some I've seen Jeff Gordon and Jimmy in their prime, but I've never ever seen anyone do what he would do on a regular basis back then. Like I remember watching races where it would be like 5 or 10 laps to go, and he's like in 5th to 10th place, and then somehow he ends up getting like first or second, like just passing, 1 or 2 cars every lap, like just insanity. Like, you know what I mean? Like, regardless if his car was good or not, he wouldn't try to wreck too many people, but if he had to, he would. And it was just crazy to see from most people. It takes time to be able to catch up. You're normally not going to be able to pass people on each lap or every 2 laps, but that's what he was doing. And I remember seeing him at like 5th, 8th, 9th place. And then all of a sudden it's like 1 lap to go and he's in first. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, I don't know. It was just crazy. If you either saw it and you recognized it, but I've never seen anyone do that before on a consistent basis. So I know what a loser I am. What a loser I am. It's all good. I'll come visit you sometime. We'll go. Maybe I'll go visit Mike too. Shit, how many more championships would Dale have had? And what would have happened with Dale Jr., Michael Waltrip? Like, what could have been? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, so I am a loser. Everyone is gone but me. I will go. I promise you that. Yeah, if I had a time machine, I definitely would want to go back and watch Dale. Like in person. I don't know what I would do. I'd lose my fucking mind. And his memorabilia is really fucking expensive too. Like I was looking at like autographed cards that are graded and stuff like that that's verified. Gosh, I mean, if you want a good Dale Earnhardt autograph, I mean, you're looking at $300 to like $600, depending on the rarity and if it's graded and whatnot. But I get it. He's passed away. He's no longer signing. And a lot of the stuff is rare and whatnot. And that is something that I definitely want to invest in at some point, like, getting a Dale Earnhardt autograph. But I don't want to pay too much. Like if I don't have to pay $500, I don't want to pay $500, but if I have to, so yeah. In the suburbs, more towards Beaverton, where like Nike headquarters is. But yeah, in Oregon, 30 minutes from Portland. And I know they had like the Portland, was it Xfinity race or whatever? That was like last year, but I didn't go. I'm not sure if that's why you were bringing that up or not, but. And I got some AC Delco, like the old stuff when Junior was in the league below, and he was working his way up. I have like some starting lineups and some figures because they did NASCAR figures in starting lineup and McFarlane. So I definitely invested in a bunch of those type of things too, memory wise, and they're cool. I mean, especially because they don't do them anymore. Like starting lineup went out of business in like 2000. So from 1988 to 2000, and it was like in the late 90s, at the very end of their run, they did some NASCAR stuff, and it was really cool. Oh, nice. 76, man. I'm jealous. Got to go to Daytona. Got to go to Talladega. That's definitely on my bucket list. Like, no fucking doubt. Yeah, I guess it just depends on where the money is at and everything. Things have been kind of challenging the last 3 months, but as long as I keep grinding, staying positive, then I know the things will get better.
Ringside is Dominic Mysterio. Here we go, then. Tag team action. The Street Profits against Damian Priest and Finn Balor of the Judgment Day. You mentioned the magnitude of the opportunity for both Priest and Montez cannot be overstated. Damian Priest knows what it feels like to be the United States champion. Montez Ford has not yet had the opportunity, but we can see Montez's career path change drastically this Saturday night.
I think Dale Earnhardt, I mean, the stunner shades, it was just a look, man. Always styling and profiling. Always had the fire shades. Always had the look. Just fresh and clean. Just always You know, it always looked better than everyone else, in my opinion. Just like, you know, had the look, the intimidation, but, you know, you have to have the swagger too. And, you know, some people can have like the regular glasses like the Oakley, but Dale never really had like the Oakley style. He had the big stunner shades, the expensive designer ones. And I mean, they look good. You know what I mean? They have this like those small sides, you know, just like the Armanis or Burberrys. I mean, the Gucci's. I mean, they look good. I don't think I've ever seen him wear stunner shades and look not good. It's like everything is always styling and profiling. Even those, you know, those are maybe the closest thing to like kind of an Oakley style, but mostly like this or that. And it's like, you know, you already knew what you were dealing with. Just fresh and clean. Oh, they got another race there. I guess if there was more people that were going to be there, you know, maybe I would, you know, consider going and whatnot, but yeah, I don't know. I probably won't end up going. Now, if I had people like you and Mike like living closer to me and we can like go together, then maybe I would go. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't just buy a ticket by myself and go. All right, we got 15 minutes to go. Anything that you guys want to see, let me know. I'm just kind of going down the rabbit hole here. Just deleting some of these other photos.
Kat Medina delivering pizza in her 2003 hatchback. She's Kat Medina, bringer of sustenance, provider of all things greasy and perfect.
Closest NASCAR track is Evergreen Speedway in Washington State, but they haven't had a race there. When's the last time they had a race there? So you're teaching me something new every day. I appreciate that. I love learning from you guys. Right. That's true. That is true. I mean, even if it was like a chance to see like Martin Truex Jr., like that would be worth it. You know what I mean? Of course, I would love to see some of the other bigger names, but I know not everyone's going to be. And you might be able to see like some of the guys that are on the way up, you know, that are just getting into the Cup Series or they're doing both. I guess it just depends on how much it's going to cost. And I guess if it came down to, I mean, I can always go to an event by myself, but I always like to share the experience with someone else. It just, you know, makes it, you know, better memories that way. Local tracks. Well, we got Portland International Raceway where people do like drag racing and shit there. But, and I think that's where they did the Xfinity races. I think they did it there at the Portland International Speedway. This is a cool paint job. I told you guys I was Napa know-how from way back. You know, I wasn't just trying to hop on the Chase Elliott bandwagon, which, you know, of course it's easy to do that. And, you know, I have to be able to choose someone, you know, and whatnot. But I mean, it's been way before Chase, especially with the Napa. And I know there's not a lot of those that are out there too. It's been in that bag for fucking like 20 plus years. It would be cool to kind of hang it up in here though. But it's like, this is a space that's kind of shared between me and the GF, but there's literally nothing on the walls. It's like green screen behind me, but I could put shit up, you know, on the walls up here. It'd be kind of cool to be able to look up and see all my like memorabilia and shit. But of course there'd probably be complain, you know, got like, you know, sports stuff and other stuff. So it's like, if you're not a collector, people, you know, some people understand, some people don't, but
You're invited to the special event finale Thursday at 9, only on E!
Montez Ford in all types of jeopardy, being joined by Priest in a very precarious position for both men. Will Priest end it here? Those superstars will be part of the Elimination Chamber match on Saturday night in Montreal. Fantastic counter by Ford. Much to the chagrin of Dominic Mysterio and Balor looking on.
you have? God, you guys are just all sharing all these like cool memories, and I'm just like the village idiot over here with like nothing. I mean, I do got some cool memorabilia though, I guess. So at least I got that going for me. I will match up with you guys one day.
Each and every week, Angelo Dawkins gets a little bit faster, hits a little bit harder, a little bit more aggressive. And Price just launched into our desk, flying back elbow by Dawkins.
Truck's last race was 2000. Wow, that's a long time. They're probably not coming back then, right?
They'll be home for Dawkins. Dawkins, I think, able to put on the brakes just enough for Montez to make a tag. Fantastic double team. Montez and Cougar for the next over Finn Balor in the way is Damian Priest. Priest keeps this one alive just in time. And looking concerned, washing over the face.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm used to doing a lot of things like solo on my own. I like to have my own space. You know what I mean? Like some people, you know, they need to have their own me time. Like I can do things, with groups and stuff. But it's like therapeutic for me to be also like alone and have my own alone time. Whether it's just watching National Geographic, Discovery, History, Simpsons, King of the Hill, whatever. It's like sometimes I just nice to be able, or if I just go on the walk with Paisley and we can do that. I mean, I might go for another one, but I do need to go to the store to get body wash, so should probably go do that. All right, we got 10 minutes of photos. I'm not really sure where we are at on donos because I know that we were going to have Jameson or Matt, and I don't think Matt is in the room anymore. Some other people left already. That's fine. But I think we were getting closer to the number, but I don't know. I know that Mike has been doing the dono train, and I appreciate you. Not really sure where we're at, but yeah, if we get anything else from now till then, cool. If not, that's also all right. Not a big deal. He says, I spent my Saturday on a dirt track. I know a redneck, yeah. And the funny thing is like, I don't discriminate. I mean, like I said, I can hang out with anybody, any race, any age. It's like if you're a collector or we have similar interests, I'm going to get along with you, especially if you're a collector, though, on top of that, so. Oh, really? I did not know that. See, you're teaching me things right here already. I did not know that. But I guess they have to have enough room to, it's like you can't have a track in the middle of a city. It's got to be like on a plot of land, right? A little bit away from, other businesses and whatnot. So, yeah, that makes sense. See if I can find some other ones here. Beautiful car. Black, Intimidation, the Good Wrench 3. I mean, the Chase and the Napa Know-How is more colorful, but I mean, this was the perfect number, the perfect color scheme. And I know if you go back and look at his older stuff, I mean, he had kind of a blue and white, it was a Wrangler, blue and yellow. There was other sponsors, but back at that time period. Because if I was a novice or a noob, I would never have even known that. You had to have watched back then or known, This is what Jeffrey Earnhardt to pay homage to Granddad Dale. Look at this thing.
Lashley, Lesnar, live next.
There's no time to deliberate. The road to WrestleMania is here. It's time to show your allegiance. It's time to make your choice clear.
Wow.
To make your voice clear.
Wrangler.
Flaunt it, whichever your brand. However you fan, do whatever you can, because WrestleMania is within sight. And we got the gear right here to keep you looking tight. Alright?
That would be cool to have some like Wrangler Dale merch, like the old stuff. That'd be very collectible. I imagine there's people that got like, autograph photos. I've seen a couple programs and old stuff from back in the day. I mean, look at even the Daytona and how it's spelled, like the graphics and everything. It's Wrangler jeans. Fucking love it. I love history. All right. See, you guys know. 30 to go. We might get there. We might not. If not, we're okay. Yeah, that would be cool. My buddy lives in Texas. He moved from Oregon to Phoenix to Texas, so I would have a house or a place to stay. All right. Any other things that you guys want to see here in the last 5 minutes? Any like driver or anything? You can type it in if you want, and I can throw in a photo if you'd like. I'm just randomly just trying to find greatness here while I'm just scrolling through. And then I'll go to the store, probably go get some body wash, and then maybe go for another walk. Look at Dale. Look at Jimmy. Is that Mark Martin and Jeff? Oh my goodness. And I remember Dale Jr. with the Oreo scheme. Wow. Dale Earnhardt Sr., 1977 Chevrolet Nova race car. Oh, shit. Look at this. This is cool.
So you only pay for what you need. Woo! You gotta go get it. Only pay for what you need. Liberty.
Celebrate the moment with Ferrero Rocher. Smooth chocolate, crunchy hazelnut, lovingly layered and wrapped in gold.
And then we got the three goats. Gotta show that. I mean, Jeff Gordon was so good, but then when Jimmy came along, there probably was a little pettiness because I'm the guy. I'm fucking Jeff Gordon, And then all of a sudden another guy comes along on the same team and doubles you. That probably hurt his confidence. I mean, he already knew he was one of the GOATs of all time, but it probably hurt his feelings that to go from the man and then you're like the second guy. You know what I mean? He was like, yeah, you got 4 championships, and then the other guy got so many more than you. 7 championships. That's a lot of fucking championships. 7. Oh, yeah. Of course. It's almost crazy to think that Jimmy was as consistent and as good as he was, even with Jeff on his team. Like, to have those two guys on the same team, it wasn't even really fair. Unbelievable. That's an iconic car. Just like the DuPont 24. I mean, like I said, the Tony Stewart and the Home Depot 20. We always have those memories of those main sponsors of those champions or good drivers. And we never forget it. I'll never forget the Home Depot 20, the black and the orange, the Lowe's 48, the DuPont 24 with Jeff Gordon. It's like the 8 and the 88 of Dale Jr., the 3 of Dale. You just never forget it. Petty 43 is too. All right, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for all your support. I apologize for the lipstick response. And thank you for donating, because if you didn't do what you did today, we probably would have been at like 10 or 20 bucks. So it really means a lot. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to go through the photos one last time from the top, and then by the time I'm done, we're going to call it a stream. So let's go through here and give Mike a little love here. So we got the little Kyle Busch, and we got another about minute to go, minute and a half, 2 minutes, and we'll call it a day. Appreciate you guys hanging out and staying with me. And again, we'll be back tomorrow and we'll grind it out again and keep me updated on any NASCAR related information. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Daytona 500 this weekend. You bet believe it. You best believe it. It's funny how something as simple as a picture can give you that vibe and that feeling. Just puts me just in an instant better mood. It's like, why would I look at my ugly mug when we can look at Chase Elliott? That's much better. Hopefully we see a lot of that this year. I need to see him fucking in winner's row, winner's circle. Napa know-how. Love me some Dale. Swag through the roof. There's never been someone that has more swagger. I mean, maybe Richard Petty, but he got a little style and swagger to him too. But to me, Dale is, I mean, that racing suit is so iconic. I would love to be able to get a replica Goodwrench racing suit too. I love the color scheme. I mean, I love the blue, but that white and the black is just so money, so stylish. Car's great. Shit, I even dig this old Wrangler, the old school. It's just fucking awesome. Like one of those old Wrangler mesh hats. Imagine if you had that autograph from Dale back in the day on display. That would be a really cool piece. The champs. Smoke, absolutely. Yeah, tag me. Appreciate that. Well, I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me with the Lakers and the Blazers, and as well as some NASCAR and NFL talk as far as the Super Bowl goes with the Eagles and the Chiefs. Final score, Blazers 127, Lakers 115. Love you guys, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much to Brittany, Jameson, Mike with the donos, and everyone else that came through to hang out, Candace as well. Love you guys, and I appreciate you guys. And I got one question for you. Who you know talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Gang.